internet. Welcome to today's Gallant Horde game. I'm sorry we're running late, but, you know, tech issues, they happen. I am not Jax. As always, on these side games, I am Laura, your friendly DM of death, here to run some people through a game.
Of death.
So, a game of death. No, a game of trolls. I mean, it could be death. We'll find out. We have a bunch of announcements to go through, so I'll go through those very quickly, and then we'll do introductions, and then we'll get right into it. Let me pull up my notes, because Jax was lovely and made me notes. So we've got, today's shiny thing is gonna be 1 vial of moss dust. Where did the moss dust come from? Who knows?
Indigo.
Birds of a feather. We've got Warlocks coming up on the 14th of August. We've got Druids on the 11th of September. We've got Wizards on the 25th of September. If you don't know what Birds of a Feather is, we have a subscription goal each month where we try to hit 50 new or renewed subscriptions. And if we do that, we run a game where it's like Oops All Warlocks or Oops All Druids. And it's super fun. I've played in a couple of them. They are hilarious. We've hit our goal for this month, so Jax will be checking in and locking the next class in the Toasted Ogre today. I think it's going to be Paladins last time I checked. But we have more sub goals, so don't think just because we've hit 50 subs that you shouldn't still sub to our channel. Our next sub goal is 100 for the month. Someone gets to create and play an NPC in a Horde game, which is how we got Amnon and Eric with a K, and I don't know, possibly more. But you get access, if you sub to the channel, you get access to all of our Discord shenanigans. You know how else you can get access to all of our Discord shenanigans? If you join the Horde. And if you haven't joined the Horde, why haven't you joined the Horde? This is where normally I would chant one of us, but I feel like it's a bit weird. Just on my own, one of us. Join the Horde!
One of us, one of us.
See, I should have had
We've all seen the movie.
Together. Join the Horde, it's fun, there's lots of roleplay, there's drama, there's romance, there's action, there's hilariousness. It is great, and you should join us.
There's a possibility of smiting.
There is a possibility of smiting. Mostly if you're Alex and you don't know when to shut your mouth. We have a couple of different fundraising things going on at the moment. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is this month, all donations through Twitch are going to Mike's Extra Life charity campaign. They work with the Kids Miracle Network that do awesome stuff for kids who need medical care. We're at $600 of his $1,000 goal. We're like almost there. It's amazing. Get him to his goal for the children. For the children. There'll be a link in chat at some point. Our other fundraising goal, which at the moment you can donate to our the Ko-fi, is for Adam's new computer, because Adam needs a new computer so that we can stream this thing, because it's part of why we're running late today is remote access to PCs. We hit our first reward tier for that one. We're going to have a Gobbo one-shot. Not all of the Gobbos of the realm, but 6 of the Gobbos of the realm. It's going to be hilarious. The next goal for Adam's rig is $240 New Zealand, and the reward for that one is a side quest to find the castle associated with the mob.
Is that right?
That's right. If you didn't know what the mob is, a shiny thing like we have today, every week a magical item either appears in somebody's hut or, in the case of the mob, floating above it. It's a orb that is the driving steering wheel.
It's a controlling mechanism for a cloud giant castle.
Yeah, and so we can drive it, but we gotta find the castle.
Oh, I need that money. I need to donate and get that quest.
Yeah, because then you can be a pretty
princess for months.
Pretty castle.
Yes.
Next week's game is a Frosty Doom, and we'll be releasing Mrs. Level 15 interview before that, so you can find out more about, I think, possibly one of the only tieflings in the realm.
The only permanent one, because Karnan is also a tiefling.
Yeah, the only PC tiefling in the realm.
Yeah.
So that'll be great. we can learn more about Ms. and the Mrs. player whose name I unfortunately don't know because I'm terrible at
Leslie.
names.
Leslie.
Leslie.
Mhm. Yeah.
I believe there may be some art possibly dropping after this game. Assuming it will either be to celebrate Marky hitting level 10 or it will be an in memoriam. We'll see what
Also,
happens.
Marky hitting level 10.
I mean, you'd be level 10. You'd just be resting.
Lucky, dead, not sleeping.
But when characters hit level 10, they get amazing chibi art done by a couple of different artists who are all amazing, and you should celebrate them. But that's enough of me talking for now, because I'm about to do a bunch more talking. What we're going to do is I'm going to roll a potion of resistance, and these guys are going to introduce themselves, and we're going to start with Adam, who played his first game yesterday and is so excited to play his second one today.
Hi, I am Adam, your friendly neighborhood dwarven monk. I'll be playing Brumnur, and I am super excited to be here for a second time.
Mac, do it to it.
I'm playing Alex. He's been recently stupid, so might be a little bit different than the last time you saw Alex.
He was stupid out loud. That's all the difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
he
Apparently, when you like
He was thinking
think
it.
somebody's lying and you call their bullshit out, it doesn't always end well. Just saying.
Yeah, he let his internal stupid become external stupid. Next up, we have Edith.
I'm Jess. I play Edith, who is an older human woman, not from this world. And her last mission went fine, mostly, except for the cursed amulet that she took that no one saw her take. So that's been kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see how she behaves today.
Yeah, I saw. So Zen saw that there was an amulet before, but she hasn't seen where the amulet went, and she's been too busy to worry about it.
Yeah.
Corey.
Lost in her own thoughts.
Hello, everyone. I'm Corey. As you all know, I play Marky, the Warforged Artificer, who is going to turn level 10 after today. I'm so happy. Marky is going to become a rogue after this, so I'm going to do some more sneaky beaks.
And someone we haven't seen in a while.
Lacey.
Lacey. I'm terrible with names.
Sorry, I'll help you out.
I play Baeshra, called Ray, the Lizardfolk Druid, and I'm level 7? Yeah.
Awesome. And that leaves one more person.
Hi, I'm Kit, and I'm playing Briney, the Water Genasi Paladin. And what is she? Level 8.
And who's with Briney?
Oh, and Briney has her steed, who's a little white pony named Blue, who gives
Did you
very
forget
good
about
side eye.
Blue?
I
'Cause he
can't believe
died
that-
yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah, the two people who had familiars/steed/homunculi die yesterday and brought them back today to die again.
What can I say? Glutton for punishment.
Well, I think
We'll
we're ready
see.
to start. Are you guys ready to start?
Ready as we'll
I'm
ever
ready.
be.
Amazing. Well, is there anything that anybody wants to do before we head into the throne room?
Briney's going to remind people that, and now I remember it's a 30-foot radius. If you're within 30 foot of her before the rumble starts, you'll get a +3 on your initiative.
I should probably
And-
tell you what the potion of resistance is, shouldn't I?
Oh, yes,
Ah.
please. Now
I
that everyone's
have-
getting them.
I have currently a loner item, so if you're within 30 feet of me, you have advantage on fear. I'm being feared and charmed.
Oh.
so-
You have advantage
good to
on
know.
fear.
Fear, yeah.
Yes.
I am the fear.
Today's potion of resistance is acid damage. Let's see if that comes in handy.
Ah,
Leanna.
Anything else anybody wants to do before we
Yeah.
head? into
So,
the throne?
Marky obviously has some items, some magic items that we got yesterday from another troll. Brumnur will get the drinking horn. And between Briney or Edith, as the melee characters, one of you can decide who gets the Horn of Blasting. Marky has a handy haversack as well for us to loot shit.
I'm okay getting the medal. The
Yeah, shit.
strength
Also,
thing.
yeah. You also get
so
the
if
medal.
I can get the medal, Edith is fine with the blasting horn.
And for the moment, like the
Okay.
haversack and the horn are temporary loaned items. Until
Right.
it's claimed.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
till we figure out
Who
from-
gets it.
hmm
The
I have
downside
a
of having
question.
games so close together.
Yeah.
I know.
We got a
Nobody
boon.
used
That
the
was
potion.
amazing.
Yeah, I know, that was good. Nobody used the potion of resistance yesterday, so bless you.
We do not keep him.
How does
They
that work though? Do
they
I just call
disappear
it
when
when I
you
want to
come
use
back.
it, or
Oh, if you want to use your potion, you just let me know. You say, "Hey, Laura, I'm gonna take my potion now." I'm gonna be like,
And-
"Cool."
The
do we know how
potion-
long that one in particular lasts?
It lasts
1
for the
hour.
game. It
Oh,
lasts
the
for
game?
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
The potions of
Oh.
resistance last for the game.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, is there anything else before we head into see the lady?
I think that's good.
Well, it is a bright, summery day in the realm, and you all head into the throne room, and the lady is standing there, wearing a gorgeous, silky green dress that has, it seems to be sort of a slightly paler green on the top, and then there's a belt that looks like it's made of stone, and then the lower half of the dress is a lush emerald green. And she looks at all of you, says, "Oh, welcome. Is there any?
Hello again.
Do we have any questions, or are we ready to go? Or
I don't think we asked, but do you know how many trolls we happen to be facing off against? They seem rather organized. It sounded like there were more than one.
there have been reports of more than one.
And they seem organized, working together.
Well, as organized as trolls can be, I suppose.
Do we know? I would really like to. Yesterday, when we, or during our last mission, when we happened to fight a troll, the troll did seem maybe open to talking. It seemed
Communication?
intelligent enough to speak. So I want to make sure that maybe we go in with the idea that we potentially can get them to communicate with us, and instead of maybe just killing them. Just a thought.
Well, that would be something to discuss with your teammates.
I don't think any of us can cast comprehend languages or knows giant.
Yeah, I don't speak his language, so I was no
Oh.
help yesterday.
Death it is.
My hammer had to do the talking for me, as it often does.
It's a very
Maybe there
talkative
might.
hammer.
There might be someone who speaks giant in the town. We can have a look, but I do not think the lady will be able to help us in that
Well,
regard.
it's not a town that you're going to.
Is there not a nearby town that? Oh, are we just going straight to the issue?
Well, the issue is on a bridge.
On a
that's on
bridge
a
nearby.
trade route. It's
On
not
a
really
trade route. Okay.
close to a town. I mean,
Okay,
I
then
can put you in a town if you'd like, but then you'll have to travel.
I don't think talking is going to be
effective,
useful.
especially if they've been doing this for a while. We can just
That's
kill
fine.
them.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Are there any further questions?
I think we're good.
Well, good luck. And she claps her hands, and you all feel that tug in your stomachs. And you are standing on a road, and there are green paddocks to either side of you, and you can see goats. And I'm going to move you to the page that we should be on.
Alex is gonna say the code
So-
word to his magic armor and make it turn into like very plain traveling clothes.
you can see a bridge ahead of you. You're not this close to the bridge currently, but I
Looks
don't
like
have-
there was a party on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, so you can see that the bridge is about 150 feet like ahead of you at the moment. You're on the bridge.
Would you guys like me to speak to one of these nearby plants and see if they have anything to say, if they noticed anything?
There are goats
let's-
just watching you.
Let's talk to the plants, Marky. That's
You can talk to
yes.
plants now, honey.
Oh, yeah. That was a thing yesterday. We can do
Yeah.
that now.
Oh,
I
congratulations.
Fiona led the way.
Yeah, and then we killed a bunch of plants that tried to kill us.
Blue gives you side eye. Is that just his face?
Do we want to ask as a group, or would you like me to sneak on to one of the closer plants and ask them? So,
Like maybe this one that's really close to the
yeah,
bridge
that's what I
might
was
have
thinking.
a point of view.
Mm.
Can I look around and make sure there is only just goats around us?
Sure, give me a perception roll.
Like, I want to be real careful, because...
First roll of the game.
And this means Mac's gonna die, because guess what I just rolled?
A
A
1.
one.
What's the opposite of that?
You
which
rolled a
means-
20?
Yes.
Why would you waste it?
I don't decide that. Wait, so what was I rolling?
Perception.
Perception.
So
You're
total
rolling for
23.
goat.
So you're looking around and you can see goats. You can see in particular there's one goat that's looking at you with its little evil goat eyes.
They do that.
They do that. With a natural 20, I'm gonna say that you can see up to the bridge, and you can see that there's an overturned wagon on the bridge.
But it is definitely just us around.
And the goats.
And some goats. Cool.
Noting that, is Alex going to share that?
It's like, okay, guys, we do seem to be alone for the moment, although that goat is looking at me suspicious.
It takes a couple of steps towards you.
Alright, Blue's gonna go play with the goats.
So, yeah, we do seem to be alone, which is a good thing.
Mhm.
But also means we can't see some trolls, which might be a bad thing.
If
So,
they,
careful.
oftentimes, if we cannot see them, they cannot see us. So Marky is going to pull over their cloak of Elvenkind. And he starts, blending in with the general environment.
You
Cool.
go talk to that tree.
Yes, does anyone want to accompany me? Or
Yes,
shall I
I
go
will.
by myself?
No,
I can also talk to the tree, but I would like to look under the bridge. So maybe like
Same. So I can
Here-ish,
assist you
so
if
we
you want to
can get
roll
a,
with
like-
advantage.
I already get advantage on perception, and it's not that great.
Okay, so if
That's-
Briney gives me a perception roll.
Whisper will give you advantage. They'll
Oh,
just
that's
sit on your
that-
shoulder.
she gets it automatically.
Oh, yeah,
from
T.
her helmet.
Yeah.
21. I rolled well.
Okay, so Briney, looking from here, you can actually see these steps that are slicked with blood.
Okay.
And you can see that there is a cave under the bridge.
Okay.
And that's where the steps go.
More caves, kids. Cave part 2.
I'm sick of these mother
Troll
fluffing
part two.
trolls and these mother fluffing caves.
Marky, are you talking to a tree?
Yeah, so Marky rubs a bead between their fingers, a brand new bead with a little jungle leaf on it, as they cast Speak with Plants. You can speak with them for the next hour.
Okay, and what are you saying?
They will start off by saying, what kind of tree is it?
It is a spruce tree.
Marky will go, hello there, spruce tree. Do not be alarmed. Yes, I am talking to you, and I can understand you. And they'll wait for a response.
Why would I be alarmed? People talk to
Mm.
trees all the time.
But oftentimes they do not hear the trees talking back.
That's just because people don't listen.
Yeah, that is pretty true. How are you today?
The sun is shining. My roots are fed. What more could I want?
I have a
That-
question about how this spell works. Is it in the person's head that this conversation is happening, or is there something that if I also spoke with plants or cast the spell that I'd be able to hear?
From my understanding, you just understand what plants are saying.
Yeah, so Marky is speaking out loud, and you can hear the trees kind of rustling.
Okay, I'm going to cast it as well because I want to listen to the conversation.
Cool. You can hear the tree.
My dear friendly spruce, you say you're well fed. Would the corpses of people be feeding your roots, perchance?
If they're in the ground.
How, well, have you noticed the goings-ons on this bridge and general area? Ogres, perhaps, trolls, perhaps, killing travelers, merchants.
Yes,
What
it
have you?
happens. It happens all the time.
Do you know how many trolls?
I've seen at least... I've seen 2 different trolls.
Different how? Different colors? Different
Different
body?
heads.
Oh. Do they have any, like, special magics or abilities that sort of differentiated them, or did they just use brute force to kill the people?
I mean, they're trolls. They're big.
Mm.
And they're kind of stupid, even though they have more heads than you.
They have some have more than one head.
Oh.
Huh. That is an interesting development. You can see Marky is like pulling out a book and starting to write in their notebook.
You would think more heads means more brain.
No,
Unless
this,
it's one brain shared by 2 heads, then it's half as much.
as
Mm.
someone with a relatively small brain, I can confirm that the size does not dictate one's intelligence. Or the amount, for that matter.
Size matters with trees.
True, and you are quite a sizable tree already. You must be very wise.
Kind of like, for a moment, you feel like the tree is like standing up straighter and like rustling its branches to look
Fluffing up
bigger.
its branches a little bit, yeah.
A pretty chuffed tree.
He just does a little Jean-Luc. Woo!
Yep. You feel the tree do a hair flip.
Did you happen to notice if any travelers tried to fight back against these trolls?
Sometimes.
Well, obviously it wasn't effective. A lot of them have died, it looks like.
Some travelers get through.
Did they
Not-
do anything?
not these ones.
Did they do anything in particular that helped them?
They used the sharp things. I
No
don't like
magic.
sharp things.
No, I don't blame you.
No.
Do you have sharp things?
Not that I would ever use on a tree.
You feel like the tree is like narrowing its eyes at you.
I hope they can't see Briney's axe.
I pull out my quarterstaff that I say this was from a friend's tree who dropped it for me, but it was not cut.
Okay.
Tree insights.
Very insight check.
The tree believes you.
Marky sort of like lifts up their cloak and it would see a large cannon, and then it's lightning launcher, then their lightning launcher. So I don't really deal with like conventional weapons.
You are
Nothing
part
sharp.
tree.
Yes, Darkwood, to be precise.
I've not seen any trees that look like you before.
I get that a lot. I I have never met anything quite like me, apart from things that look exactly like me.
The tree seems confused.
So does Brumnur.
Yeah, that's on brand for Marky.
Do these trolls also collect whatever is left from the traders and
They take everything.
Okay.
And where do they go when they're not right here? Do you see?
Under the bridge.
They don't have any pets or anything, do they? No dire wolves or giant spiders or other equally nasty creatures.
I have not seen any.
Perfect. None have urinated on you in any recent times.
I mean, the goats do.
But
you
studies
feel about
suggest
the
that goats are evil.
You like goats?
They try to eat my bark.
Their eyes.
Well, do you want goats around?
I don't really care.
Fair.
They just eat their grass. And
Or
I
your
just
bark.
eat my son.
I think that's all the questions that I have in my mind. Brumnur? Anyone else who's listening in on Marky just speaking to this tree?
A branch reaches down and like pats Marky on the head.
Marky.
Did you ask it how many trolls there are, honey?
There are two. There's one with two heads.
Marky, ask
Oh,
them
that
about the
sounds
cave
nasty.
under the bridge.
Oh,
Yes, they said the trolls went in there when they're not out
yes.
here.
Obviously the trees have a very extensive knowledge base and communication system. I do not suppose there are any plants, living plants inside of the cave that is.
It's on the other side of
imparting
the
information.
river. How would I reach it?
Sometimes the roots can go under the river, right?
It's
Are there
very
any
long
aquatic
way.
plants? How deep is the river?
You have a look over the edge. It looks to be like it's deep enough that they needed a bridge here.
Perhaps my friend Alex can help your roots when we're done here to reach even greater expanses. I will gently pat the tree. I don't know how plant growth works, but if it works like that, it'll work like that.
It takes 8
You're
hours.
gonna give me 8 hours. Not
We
a
can
problem.
come back to it. What's your name, friendly spruce? Friend of mine.
It seems confused by the question.
Would you like a name?
Yes?
Marky thinks for a moment. And I'm gonna take Dave's suggestion and go, how about Bruce? 'Cause it rhymes with spruce.
I am
Bruce the
Bruce the
Spruce.
Spruce.
Very cute.
And it
That's
stands
a
up straight
wonderful
again.
name.
Aww.
Fluffs up.
I am Marky, and my party here are very, very special people. Is it summer here, out of character?
Yeah.
Okay. We're friends of we're friends of nature. Let's just say that. And you're now a friend of nature, if you weren't already. But you're a tree.
At this
so-
point, Edith wanders over, interrupts whatever Marky's saying to the tree, and quite uncharacteristically rolls her eyes and says, Marky, honey, are we going to talk to this tree all day, or are we actually going to do what we're supposed to do?
Marky seems a little, like, sort of straightens up and goes, I hate to put myself on a pedestal here, but I am the most senior of the team, and B, also the most intelligent. Objectively speaking. I just want to make sure that we have
You're
all of
longer
our
than you
facts
have, honey.
settled. Yeah, I mean,
On top of all of that, I heard that Edith was kind. That wasn't kind at all.
Excuse you. I'm just trying to look out for us. The longer we stand around with our thumbs up our asses talking to trees, the more these trolls could be waiting to ambush us. I'm just saying.
There's a cave right there. We can see it. Let's.
yeah, I suppose you do have a point, Edith.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Would you like to play with Whisper?
Can I make an insight check just to see if?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
it seems
insight
out of
rolls.
character from what I've heard.
Marky knows that. I mean, I don't really need to roll an insight check, do I? I know that this is not. This
she
is
has
like,
never
what
said
the
a cross
fuck?
word at Marky ever.
25.
What am I contesting it with? Maybe just a straight deception check,
Yeah, let's do
or
a deception.
okay.
Marky's gonna use Flash of Genius on this as well, so they have a 31. They are like staring Edith down.
Well,
if you
I
can feel
rolled a
anything, he's
17.
pissed.
Edith seems bored and annoyed that she's bored.
Come on, Edith.
There is an
Go to
edge in
the
Marky's
cave.
voice. And he will say, well, why don't we go have some fun and kill some trolls then, Edith?
Good. It's about time.
I'm ready.
Brumner's gonna pat the tree and just say, "Thank you, Bruce the Spruce."
The tree does its little fluff. And what are you guys doing?
Well, I assume
You can-
somebody's gonna call Alex up from where he's like been hanging out.
Alex is
Yeah.
stuck in like a staring contest with a goat, and every time Alex blinks or like looks away at the slightest, the goat gets a little closer.
Like, I see you played Matthew Spoonie before.
That's not a knife, this is a knife.
New episode with the Angels.
As a rules clarification,
Mhm.
wait, do any of us have Pass Without a Trace?
I don't know, do you?
Or was it Fianna who casted it yesterday?
It was Fianna who had
Oh
it.
shit! Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Clang, 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 said the Paladin. Let's go. She's on Edith's side. Let's do it.
Because it does not require attunement. Partially flavor-wise, because like technically it's part of their armor, but it's also not. Marky is going to take off their boots of Elvenkind and hand them to Briney, and we'll say these will muffle your movements.
Do they
as
require?
They do not require attunement. They might look clanky, but they will actually make you quieter.
I don't have anything attunable on my feet, so I can take them.
Mechanically speaking, they are the boots of Elvenkind. They're an infusion. Your steps make no sound regardless of the surface you're moving on, and creatures have you have advantage on stealth checks relying on moving silently.
Okay.
Which at the moment
So that'll
crossing this
just-
bridge is the
That
priority.
will just negate my disadvantage, so that's cool.
So
All
should
right,
we
I
cross
will-
the bridge to get to the other side, go down into the cave, or
I could swim
No,
down.
I thought we would swim.
Looking, Marky
Very
is
good
going
swimmer.
to looking at the river. We do not know how deep it actually is. We only see this drop. Not to mention that there are stairs on the other side leading down into the cave. If we do jump down, there
Covered
is
in
no chance of-
blood.
Yes,
Does
but
that not give you pause?
What if we just blast them from here? I could do lightning.
we do not know how deep the cave
You
is.
and the lightning.
Doing so well, you
Look.
guys.
Wait, since when can you launch lightning? You're not
It's a-
magical. You're from Earth.
I know, but it's a boon. The last time we went to a cave, there was a lightning thing, and it was this whole ordeal, and the lady gave us a lightning boon, and I did magic for the first time. Mark, you would have been so proud of me. I did a magic.
I made it rain. It was beautiful.
It was
We made a
so fun.
storm
Briney made the
together.
big rain. Yes, and we made a thunderstorm together. I'm surprised you didn't hear the thunder. Maybe you did. Well, if you did, that was us. We made it.
That
It
was
was very
us.
nice.
Alex, what are you doing at the moment?
Well, I'm just hanging out back waiting for like people to go, hey, this is what we're doing. Because I'm assuming me and the druid are just like chilling in the back line. Because
Where is your attention currently?
in general, keeping an eye out of what's going on around us.
Cool.
Because I don't want to get snuck up on by a goddamn troll. Because I've never
Okay.
seen a troll.
Are we crossing the bridge, or do you want me to go down in the water? I think those
Feel
are our
like-
choices right now.
I feel like
Spider
crossing the
and
bridge
go
is
under the
safer.
bridge from the top.
Hmm?
I can be a spider and look under the bridge from the top.
Oh,
Oh,
Ray
I
can
can-
be
Be
a
upside
spider.
down.
That's-
I can.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Do
that.
that.
idea.
Do you want me to
Would-
look?
Yeah.
Would
Is
you
it gonna,
like a
if
mist?
you do that now, is it going to make it harder for you to do other things later? I don't want you to waste anything.
Oh, I'm okay.
If you don't want to waste the
Alright.
materials, I can send Whisper, or I can even send
No,
Whisper
this
and make
is
it look like
just
you're
a
fighting.
thing that I can do.
Oh,
This is just a me thing.
perfect.
I'm gonna go over here and just keep an eye. Well, where I could see it from here, so I'm gonna go back to where I was, so I can see the cave when Ray does her spider thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, so I'm gonna turn into a giant wolf spider and crawl under the bridge and go look in the cave.
Cool.
Thank-
So you crawl under the bridge and you head into the cave, and it is very dark in this cave.
Good thing I have dark vision.
Yeah. How far into the cave are you going?
I'll say 10 feet to start
Yeah.
with.
So you head in 10 feet, and there's a bend just ahead of you. And from what you can sense, this cave seems quite extensive.
Okay. Well,
So I stealthed up to where I am so I can look down towards the opening of this cave.
As Alex turns around and starts moving towards the river, you feel a tug.
My God, is this going to annoy Edith to the point where she kills it?
Anybody who looks over at Alex can see that there is a goat that has the end of his cloak in its mouth.
Oh my goodness! Look at this goat! Oh, Alex, look, you have a little friend! And Edith is going to rush over and try and pet this goat.
Yeah, the goat will let you pet it while it's chewing on Alex's cloak.
She is fully into this goat right now. Petting,
Marky?
scritches, kissy faces, the whole shebang.
Marky is mildly perturbed, and they will say, "My tree friend is not acceptable, but this goat chewing Alex's cloak is."
This is way cuter than a tree. Look at it. Look at its eyes. Look how cute it is. Oh, yes, aren't you the cutest
We're
goat?
waiting for Ray to do her thing right now.
I'm gonna keep going around the bend.
Okay.
Pull my cloak out.
How am I gonna do this?
Stealthily.
I'm gonna describe to you what you see. So are you on the roof of the cave?
Yep.
Okay. So this bend seems to be you can see wooden planks below you, and then you head around the bend and it becomes stone again. You move forward about 20 feet and there's a left turn. And if you move forward another 20 feet, you come out to a cavern. Give me a perception roll.
A 19 plus 7.
Okay.
26.
Nice.
So you can see two huge hulking creatures sitting and eating.
Ew.
One seems to be just eating a whole goat. The other one seems to be shoveling something out of a bowl into its mouth. Do you speak Giant? Yeah, they're speaking, but you're not sure what they're saying.
I'm gonna carefully go back.
Okay.
Do any of us
And
speak
then-
Giant?
No.
Nope.
This would be fun.
Give me a nature roll.
Come on, Druid.
19.
Nice.
So you know a little bit about trolls. They're not like something you know a lot about. But they seemed to be eating very quickly, even for trolls. Like there was you got a sense of urgency about them.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around and leave before they see a spider that's not usually in their cave.
Yeah, you didn't seem like there were bugs in the cave, but you didn't see anything like unusual for a cave.
Okay. Back and on wild shape. So there's two of them in the cave. It goes quite a ways in.
You would have
All right.
noticed you noticed two paths that went to the left before you got to the cavern.
Yeah, I was thinking through. So there's a way off to the left, and then go a little farther, and there's another way off to the left. No, you turn left first, and then there's another path. Yeah. And they were eating quickly. Trolls are weird.
Like they were in a hurry?
Yeah.
Like they got
And-
somewhere to be?
Yeah, ish.
Did
Or
you hear them
maybe.
speak at all? Was the
They
speaking
talked.
also rushed?
Did I get the sense that the speaking was also rushed?
Give me an insight roll.
You got this, Ray.
Sorry?
17.
17? Yeah. The talking was definitely aggressive.
Okay. It was aggressive sounding. It's giant.
And there were
Okay.
two, right? Did
Here,
Yeah, there were two.
I have an idea. Yesterday, this worked like a charm.
Mhm.
I make these globules of water. I shoot them. They last an hour. I could just shoot, I can make them ice. So big chunks of ice float in and smack around in there. Draw them
Was there-
out.
Is there
We don't want to
water
be in the
there?
cave. There's water right in front of me, honey.
Oh, you want to drag? Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean
because
that
I know that they
rudely.
were. It's okay. you're modeling yourself after Edith. I get it.
This attitude
They're
is
like pretty
infectious.
far back, I think. right? They were like 40, 50 feet back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it lasts for an hour, so I can make some globules and freeze them, and then direct them.
If
I
they're
don't
eating
think
quite,
there's a space.
if they're eating quite quickly, they might be coming back up here
Mm-hmm.
and preparing another ambush.
They could be waiting for
But
something else.
if we,
If we throw the globules, they'll know that we're here. I think this time we don't actually need to coax them out, as this seems to be a regular haunting spot for them.
Well, clearly Edith wants to do something, so maybe we should do something.
Shall
Like
we?
just make noise and lure them out? Out here?
I like that plan.
It's as good a plan as any.
sorry, Laggy, I just missed what I was gonna say. We can wait for them, or we can bring them out once we're ready.
Oh, Marky, would you mind that fire thing for my bolts? Now seems like a good time.
Oh yeah. How long did it take for Ray to crawl in and out? How many minutes?
Ray was about probably 10 minutes because they were moving quite stealthily.
Okay.
Alex is missing like a good chunk of his cloak now. The goat's still chewing.
Blake tried to take it back off the goat.
Sure, give me a strength roll.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna go well. So I rolled an 11, so that'll give me a 10.
No. The goat's still chewing.
So Alex has been in a tug of war with a goat and talking over his shoulder going, why don't we just get set up on this bridge defensively and make them come to us because then we know it's not trapped.
That's what I was thinking.
I'll help him
was-
with the goat.
I was going to suggest we do have this giant wagon here. In terms of making a noise and ruckus, we can always throw it over the bridge and assume it will make quite a loud splash.
Or we can
Did someone
hide
say they were going to help
behind
Alex with the
it.
goat?
Yeah, Ray did.
Sure. Ray, give me an animal handling roll.
Funny.
20?
30?
Yeah. The goat like tears another section off the cloak, but you manage to like convince it to stop chewing on Alex. And it wanders off with this like piece of cloak hanging out its mouth.
I gave it one of the muffins we got earlier. Here, try that instead.
It will happily eat the muffin.
Always good to take food on a mission. I don't really like the idea of that wagon being in the water.
Yeah,
Why
we
so?
want to hide behind
That's
that.
gonna make the water, you know.
I have a little hand
Wait.
trap that I can just beat on. That'll make plenty of noise for them to come out if we want to just attract them.
Yeah, you guys are about 2 minutes away from me just yelling, so you better figure something out because my goat's gone now. I'm very sad.
Edith, give me a perception roll.
Must remain Marky. Must remain Marky.
Yeah, it would be a 10.
You're like frustrated, and your goat. You watch your goat like wander off, and that's when you see, like hiding behind the legs of one of the other goats, is a little baby goat.
I gasp. All right, figure out your fucking plans. I'll be right back. And then she's going to dash over to the baby goat, try and pet it, and feed it some, crackers or whatever she's got at the bottom of her
We
bag.
got muffins. We got
She's always
muffins
got
from
something.
Aaron or
Then
somebody. Yeah,
muffin,
Mara.
baby goat. Only
Oh.
focus.
The mother goat
She's
seems
gone.
a little bit like hesitant as you run over, but then food and
Crazy grandma lady coming up to her kid.
yeah, she's a bit like, but then you have food. She's like, I guess.
I'll just go throw some water bombs, shall I?
Well, actually, do we want to pincer them on the bridge? If they climb up
Yes.
on the bridge, do we want 3 of us on the stealthier one of us across the bridge and waiting for them to go on the bridge, and then the other 3 on the other side of the bridge, so we can pincer them and trap them on the bridge?
Sounds good.
Edith,
Troll sandwich.
Marky is in very firmly and very bluntly will call out to Edith, almost commanding.
He does not respond.
We're going to pincer. We're going to pincer the trolls, and the 3 of us who are actually stealthy will be going from the other side of the bridge.
Does that include me? I'm pretty sneaky.
As the only actual rogue in the party, I would suggest so. Yes. And
What
you will
3 are
get.
you talking about? You and Edith and...
It's a toss-up between Alex or Brumnur, but I think Brumnur's more stealthy.
I don't know.
Somebody can borrow these boots since I'm not being stealthy.
Alex, yeah, well, actually, who wants to join Edith and I? It really doesn't matter.
I want to keep an eye on Edith, so Brumnur, I'm not going to say this out loud, but I'm just saying, I personally would like to keep an eye on Edith, so Brumnur will volunteer.
Briney, if you would not mind relinquishing the boots to Brumnur.
Yep.
Brumnur, Edith, and I will get the element of surprise. Edith, if you
What
come with
boots are
us
they?
and... Briney.
What's the name of the boots? The boots.
They're the boots of Elvenkind.
Elvenkind.
Give somebody advantage on dex checks.
Yep, and makes you move silently.
I can give somebody advantage too. If
Give
you
it
want
to Edith, please, because Marky already has
Okay.
advantage on stealth.
So you get enhanced ability, cat's grace, advantage on dex checks, so you don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less if you aren't incapacitated.
Now,
Thank you, dear.
Get himself settled in next to the edge of the bridge.
Cool. People who are being stealthy, give me stealth rolls.
And
Marky
also,
will...
as we're stealthing across, I want to make sure that there's no traps or anything on that would alert the trolls before we're ready.
Cool. Give me an investigation roll.
Would you like assistance in me rolling or having advantage?
I have very little investigation, so if you have better, I would say let's do you.
I have a +10 to investigation.
We can both look.
That is 28 on my investigation.
Okay. Marky moves. Are you moving on to the bridge?
Yes, also stealthily, and I just rolled the stealth. It's a natural 20 for 27.
Okay. So you don't find any traps. The cart seems to have, most of the crates seem to have been ripped open. You can see some vegetables that are covered in blood. They seem relatively fresh. Not just picked, but they haven't gone bad yet. The blood is all dried. You don't see any traps though.
Any other items in the car?
No, this seems to have been a vegetable merchant.
Marky will motion for Brumnur and Edith to join. And Marky will make a point to Edith and say, I know you are very bored today and particularly bloodthirsty, but I must stress that we will attack once the trolls have the attention of the others. That way you get the advantage of surprise.
Before she comes over from the baby goat over to Marky, she'll kind of do a little hippity, hoppity, sort of a skip, but more of a skip walk. And she's gonna hum on her way over, and she's still humming when Marky's talking.
Okay.
She did roll a 29 for stealth, but
Marky's
she arrives and she starts humming. Do 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 do
meant-
I'm just looking around.
Edith, we're probably trying to be more quiet than we are
Oh,
unseen.
yes, you're right. Okay, I'm quiet.
Alex and Briney, can I have perception rolls, please?
Marky will point for us to go to this way, guys.
As everything
Oh,
seems like
that's
it's about to
nice.
kick off, I'm just gonna down
Perception 21.
And Alex?
Perception 17.
You've both been kind of keeping an eye on the cave while all of this has been happening.
Mm-hmm.
And you both see a pair of eyes glowing in the darkness, and then they disappear back into the cave.
I'm gonna signal to the quiet ones. We don't have a signal worked out, so you figure out what I'm trying to tell you.
Whisper's a mosquito, so they're pretty. I would imagine from a distance it would just look like a mosquito. In fact, it would probably look like nothing. Whisper will do a very long flight route and land on top of Briney's head, and will whisper into her ear. Did you see something, Briney? First time we've had Whisper speak.
What did he say? I missed my laggy computer.
Did you see anything, Briney?
Saw some eyes in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
It's now.
Whisper will excitedly tap along Briney's helmet, and will say, "Try and get their attention. Pull them up to the cart, and we'll fly off."
Clang, clang, clang. Paladin.
And
Go
then
time,
Whisper will
kids.
relay it. Go time.
So, Briney, Blue, stay on 5 feet of her, clippity clopping. Oh, can I get a 10-foot aura,
Yeah.
please, Laura? Can I get an aura, Laura?
Yeah, you can.
Laura?
Are you staying where you are, Alex?
I'm just gonna move here-ish.
Okay, then you don't see nothing.
Can I?
That's why I asked for it.
Pardon?
But Ray and Alex will get +3 on their init because they're within 30 feet.
Oh.
Is it 10 foot or 30 feet?
10 is my aura of where you get +5 to your saving rolls, and 30 is my Will of the Watcher that allows you to have an addition to your initiative.
Can everybody see the aura now?
I can.
Yes.
Cool.
Marky, would Marky have to re-roll their stealth if they cast flame arrows on Brumnur's
No, you're
bolts?
fine.
Okay.
Baeshra, you're still back a bit. You can see because the cave's like here. You can see a troll kind of creep in this way, and it kind of peeks up to where it can see the bridge, and then it goes back into the cave.
Briney's already making noise, clanging her armor, and her horse is clomping along.
Hey, Briney, it is a lovely day to be out upon this bridge. Shall we
Phenomena.
stop and enjoy the scenery?
Give me a performance roll.
Be a bullshit check.
Edith and Brumnur hear a slight clang as Marky face palms. It just rubs the gauntlet against their helmet.
14.
Cool.
Thanks, Dave. Dave giving me Steed advice.
Actually, hang on. How far away are you? No, you're too far. It's unfortunate.
Is Alex looking over the bridge?
I definitely going to be paying attention over the bridge.
Yeah, then you would have seen what Baeshra saw. You saw the troll, like, you saw a very little glimpse of it as it kind of peeks out and then it disappears again.
Excellent.
I wonder what has happened to this cart.
Yes, we should look for these people.
You see
It's not
veggies
bad, it's
that
not
are
bad.
covered in blood.
I'm sure Blue's hungry for carrots right now.
Carrots.
I mean, does Blue care
Blue
that they're
doesn't
covered
eat.
in blood?
I was gonna say, I don't think Blue eats.
He chases butterflies. That's his jam. So I'm really playing. Oh, again with the freezing. So tired of freezing. Okay, Briney is like clomping. Blue is clippeting. We're not trying to be quiet.
No, I
at
know.
all.
You've been making
Yeah.
a lot of noise.
Yep.
But they don't seem to be coming out.
Shall we continue across this bridge?
Clang.
Edith is gonna shout, "Sing a song!"
Marky is going to move
Stealthy
to a
hiding
different
Edith.
Marky is just very noticeably gonna move to a different bush and re-stealth.
Yeah, Marky, so from there, you can kind of see the entrance of the cave.
Okay, cool. My stealth was like 20 something.
Cool. Nothing seems to be coming out of it now.
Okay. Oh, Edith.
Okay, I think we need to throw some ice cubes in there, but I'll keep clanging.
I
Thing
think
Hey,
about
Ray, you
this
coming?
version of Edith hurts.
Brumner's going to say to Marky as we're over there, kind of, separate from everybody else, that when we get back, I think we should talk.
an intervention is very much required.
Something.
Do I get the
Briney wants to shout to Ray, "Are you coming?" I couldn't hear you. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Okay. I just want to make sure they're in my bubble when shit goes down.
We get the sense
That's-
from people who have seen the eyes that they're literally like non-concerned with us or scared of us, or like what's the situation? Are they trying to
definitely-
coax us in?
They seem to know that you're there.
I feel like they're setting a trap for us. I mean, that's
Yeah, that's
pretty
what we
clear
need
from
to.
me.
Yeah.
We need
I'm
to attack
like-
from out here to get them to come out.
But what if they don't come out? Then
I don't think they're gonna come
Our only
out.
option is to go in and deal with whatever.
We're gonna
comes.
blast them.
With what, Edith? With what?
Lightning.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
Marky does sort of bring out the cannon and goes, I mean, if they're both at the mouth of the cave.
Can I
That's one of
see over here from where I am into the mouth of this cave?
No, so the mouth of the cave is like here.
Okay, so
You
if I
can
went,
see the steps that go down to it.
if I went back up here, would I?
You kind of have to peek over the bridge, like lean over the bridge, but yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna move back there, and I'm like, guys, I'm gonna shoot it when I see some eyes.
Okay.
How
And
many
I'm
heads
Clang,
did we
clang,
kill
clang.
with
I'm
this
gonna
shot?
wait,
hmm
and depending on the range,
Do you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
know
pretty
how many heads did the troll you saw have?
They
You
only
only
saw
They
saw
one
only
pair of
saw one
eyes.
set of
One
eyes.
pair of eyes, yeah.
that'd be fine. I'm just gonna sit there, like eyes on the opening of the cave, and when I see a pair of eyes, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast each eye.
Okay.
So
Give me a perception roll.
That's not as good, but it's okay.
Let's roll a metal
12.
dice to be stealthy.
Oh, the metal skull ones.
Yeah.
Those were cool.
Marky and Brumnur, give me perception rolls.
Okie doke. Does Whisper get a roll
Sure.
as well?
22.
Perception, right? 25.
Okay. So, you're sitting there, and a minute passes. And then a second minute?
I would not have waited that long.
Well, once
I
you
don't
get,
think Edith would have.
as you're getting to the end of the second minute, the guys to the right see the eyes kind of peek out again, but Alex does not seem to notice them.
Do we get the sense that did it look like Alex was beginning to charge a spell to
So
charge
Alex
Eldritch
has
Blast
been
shooter?
holding a spell. But yeah, you see that the eyes are kind of looking up at the bridge.
Marky will sigh and go, well, I guess there is no time like the present. Because Alex wants to fight, and Marky will lift up that cloak and a streak of lightning to the head.
Okay. I am going to say that they have a fair deal of cover. Because they're inside the cave.
But I would have advantage because it's a surprise. Would it just be
not
a single roll?
surprise.
Does he not see me?
Us who were stealthed?
I'm hidden.
They know you're up there. You guys came in and made a bunch of noise.
But for us that is stealth.
Edith has been shouting.
Yeah. Let me roll. If it's a terrible, I'll just use my inspiration. I'm gonna use my Twitch inspiration. That's a lot better. That is 8.
I'll be like, okay, we're gonna stealth after you've been shouting.
28 to hit.
28?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Perfect. This is a full and because it's an attack action, like extra attack will still apply here, right?
Maybe. You'll find out.
Okay. So they will take, that is, oh, that's 2 6s. So that is 6 plus 6 damage is 12, and then they'll take an extra 6 points of damage from the special effect of the lightning launcher.
Cool. Give me your second attack.
Oh, with pleasure. Is a 28 again, which is only 9 points of damage this time. Or lightning damage.
You see the eyes disappear back into the cave.
Can we listen to see if they're like bumbling back?
Sure, give me
and retreating.
Give me a perception roll.
That's 18.
You're not sure. The river is making a lot of noise.
Does my shot alert Alex to the creature's location to shoot it?
Alex, you see 2 beams of lightning streak towards the cave, and you notice eyes that you didn't see before, but they disappear back into the cave.
Can I Eldritch Blast them?
You can try.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear. Ooh, yeah. 19 and 24 to hit.
The 24 hits.
Sweet. That'll be 13 force damage.
Cool. And you see it disappear back into the cave.
Now would have been a great time to have grasp of it.
I challenge thee.
Is that what you shout?
Yes, that's exactly what I shout.
Okay.
I really don't want to fight these trolls in a cave because A, Alex
No,
doesn't know what a
yeah.
troll is. B, caves are bad times, no alcohol required. So he really wants them to come out.
Brumnur,
Okay.
you can see Marky is stiffer than a robot should be right now.
I'm gonna say that we're gonna take our break here while you guys
Uh-huh.
decide what you're gonna do next. So, we'll give it a moment and we'll draw the shiny thing. Now, today's mid-game giveaway after the shiny thing is gonna be any throw pillar. This is one of our throw pillars.
Oh, nice.
Why are humans?
This isn't Why Are Humans? Alex has won the most well. So you don't have to get this throw pillar. You can get any throw pillar. I think we're going to be doing exclamation mark shiny thing again. It's still going to say that it's moth dust, but it's not. It's a pillar. But yeah,
After
we're
today's
gonna.
game, very recommend Why Are Humans.
Yeah, Why Are Humans? We are going to take a quick break, maybe about 10 minutes, and then we'll be back to see how these guys deal with the troll. But yeah. Welcome back, peoples of the internet, and congratulations to Kit, who's won a pillow! Yay! You'll have to pick what design you want. There are so many. So many.
Pretty good ones. Well, if blue gets up there, I might have to get that.
We just need a throw pillow with just the blue icon on it. Okay. When we last left off, you guys had tried to lay a trap after you'd already been super noisy. So,
To be fair, the noise was part of the trap.
Just like yesterday, the plan is going perfectly.
So, what is your current plan?
They're
Well,
clearly not coming out. I feel like we should just go in and deal with what comes.
We need
yes.
to not bottleneck at the entrance, so I think we need to go in pairs maybe and try to,
How?
Alex, can you make me invisible?
Of course, babe. Not a
Baeshra,
problem.
you know that the tunnels were about 10 feet wide.
Okay.
So you can, go in pairs.
So two okay.
Yeah, 2 is.
I just don't
2 by
think
2 begins a blue.
having all of us, in the door is a good idea.
The instant that Edith asks Alex to make her invisible, Marky is going to take a note of that and will cast See Invisibility on themselves. So for the next hour, they will see her past their 30 feet of blind sight.
So I've already taken my potion, by the way.
Yeah, is anybody else taking their potions?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll take the
as
potion right
well.
before we go in the cave.
Yeah.
It's psychic?
Yes.
It is
Mhm.
acid damage.
Acid. Psychic was
I'm going
yesterday's.
to take 2 potions. I'm going to take that. So this might mess with my stomach. We'll see. But I'm going to take that and I'm going to use the dragon drinking horn thing that I got yesterday and have it make a potion of fire breathing, which will last
How
for an
does
hour as
that-
well.
Perfect.
Edith
Okay.
will
Well.
take her potion as well.
Is anybody not taking their potion?
I don't think there's a reason not to.
Cool.
Yeah, might as well.
Are we doing any more prep before we head down the stairs?
Just looking to yeah, okay, so
Alex, make me invisible.
Briney has the Watchful Helm. She's going to cast
Sweet.
See Invisibility from that.
Yep.
It
Not a
doesn't use
problem,
up a
babe,
spell
but
slot.
that doesn't last long, so we leave that until the last moment.
How long was
okay.
our little charade above the bridge?
It wasn't very long. You were
Okay.
maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay. So there's still 57 minutes on your arrows.
Yeah.
Brumnur.
Okay, can I get a marching order for heading downstairs, please? You can be 2 at a time.
Marky's gonna be next to
Fine,
Edith.
I know the way.
Briney's happy to go in first. Who wants to go?
With Alex.
I want to
I'll
be
go
in
with
the
Briney.
second group.
Is Blue coming down?
No, I'm going to leave him.
Playing with goats?
Yeah, no, it's over here in the tree.
Well, if Alex is the second group and Edith is pushing to be with Alex, Marky's going to be directly behind Edith.
Edith
Bring
is
up the
currently
rear.
singing a song about her and Alex
So-
being best friends.
Marky's
So
going to lean
is-
forward and say, "Can you
Is
sing it
Brumnur
quietly?"
going in with Briney?
Yep.
We're gonna
Yes.
go take lead? Okay.
Ray, would you like to be on the backside with me?
Yeah.
You are going to become an honorary member of Team Backdoor.
That did
Don't know
not
what
work out
that
so
is,
well for you
okay.
last time.
It
So-
worked
First
out-
time was great
The
though.
first time was perfect.
Okay, so if everybody wants to be within 30 feet right before we go in, then I can give you all a quicker reaction to the start of this party.
Okay.
Tiny creatures can share spaces, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming that
Okay.
Whisper's like on your shoulder.
In fact, Whisper will probably be on Briney's shoulder. I'll just keep Whisper to the other side of Briney.
Okay.
In this moment before we head in, I'll just like lean down to Edith a little and go, okay, so when I do that, it only lasts a minute. So I want to do that at the last moment practical. And then I can't get hit.
Okay, I'm gonna run down the list and see if anybody's doing anything before we head down, and then we'll head down. So, we're gonna-
Alex, would it then not be more imperative for you to be behind Edith? Well, behind me, and you just touch Edith from across?
Practically speaking, yes, but I have to touch her and cast the spell. So if I'm with her and some,
You can touch her from a corner. Marky's not playing today.
Sorry, I blanked out again. Anything I need to know?
I'm gonna run down the list and see
Do
if
that all the
anybody
time.
last moments of what we're doing. So, Adam, are you doing anything before you head into the cave?
I'm done. I drank my potions and I'm good.
Alex.
No.
Edith.
Edith is going to sometimes start either humming or dancing and then catch herself and stop.
Marky.
Got the same visibility. We've got the flame arrows. We've got the potion. At the very last moment, when combat is initiated, Marky will cast Mirror Image on themselves.
Cool, we'll get to combat soon. Baeshra.
No.
Nope. Briney.
Briney is going to squeeze the metal of muscle,
Mhm.
which lasts an hour. Gives her some strength buffs.
Cool.
And she drank her potion, and then I'll wait till right before battle to do the next thing.
Out of curiosity, team, are we going to be going in stealthily, or are we just going straight in
You know,
and
they know we're here. I think it's a moot point.
easy? Do note that if for some reason they bypass my scene visibility, I do a blind sight to 30 feet. If they use like
So-
illusion magic or something.
I know you have us all on there just to get us on the next map, but Briney was specifically going to say like 2 go in, and then sometimes so we're not all like lined up in
Yeah.
a row blocking. You know what I mean? So Brumnur and Briney will go in, take a beat, then the next group, if that works for everybody.
Yes. And there is another point. When combat does ensue, try to stay out of the way of Marky, as they are now very visibly wielding a large cannon with 5 buttons
Nice.
on the handle.
Okay, so Briney and Brumnur. Did you both have dark sight or dark vision?
I do, yes.
Does Briney have dark vision?
I didn't hear. No. I don't.
Do
believe so.
you want dark vision?
Let me see if I have it. I do not. Yes,
I
that
feel
would
like
be
Briney
nice.
would know that she doesn't have dark vision, yes.
Yeah, this would be
But
something.
Morrowind does, so I get confused.
who doesn't have dark vision. I don't actually. None of my second level spells are actually really applicable here
I don't
today.
think Edith does because she's human, right? And then
Does Alex have?
Goggles of night.
yeah.
Does Alex?
I've got the evocation. So
Okay. So it's just Briney by the sound of it.
Oh,
And Ray.
Edith can see in the dark.
She has
Ray can't either.
goggles of night.
Okay, so
See,
Ray and
alright.
Briney can't see in the dark.
So from firstly, dark vision is channeled through Whisper and is conferred onto Briney, and then Marky will just like tap Ray on the shoulder and cast dark vision as well. You both
Okay.
have 8 hours of
Thank
dark vision. That's all my
That's
second level
60
slots.
feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Briney and Brumnur. You come down these steps, and then you can see a cavern of spikes with a rickety wooden bridge across it.
Awesome.
I mean, if it holds a troll.
Yeah, but they might have some other way across that we don't know about. This
Would you
looks-
like? Do you want someone to go and test that theory?
I mean, I'm pretty springy. I don't mind giving it a shot.
Yeah, if you want to go, and then I'll see how strong it is and follow after, because she's
I would
a
like
little bit
to-
taller and clangier than you, so she probably weighs more.
I'll ask Briney, do you, and Brumner's gonna like lean forward towards that little bridge and just from where he is, see if he can maybe see anything that's trapped or anything like that.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Can I provide assistance with my
I
blind
can-
sight to see if I can like detect anything off about it?
Brumner's got
you're-
guidance,
You're back a bit, but Briney can give them advantage.
and I can give him guidance, so add a d4.
Excellent. So 14, big 14.
This definitely seems like rickety. You can see parts of it are stronger than others, but it doesn't seem trapped.
Okay, then Brumner will, seeing that parts look a little bit more rugged than others, will attempt to kind of maybe, hop or do something acrobatically inclined.
Sure, give me an acrobatics check.
All right, come on, guys. Okay, 18.
Yeah, Brumnur like hops and skips and jumps across and lands here. Give me just a second. Now, you do see these spikes that are on the walls.
I wonder why they didn't want to come out and fight.
Okay, I see spikes on the walls. Do they go all the way to the ceiling from the ceiling to the floor?
Yeah, they do.
And is there? Okay, well, I'm going to, because I don't trust my investigation necessarily. I'm going to kind of wave my hand. I'm not trying to make a whole bunch of noise necessarily, but I'm going to try to wave my hand in the direction of Whisper and hope that it's looking, so I can kind of wave it over.
Yeah,
and
it
I'll
should be
do
on my
maybe like
shoulder.
I'll do like a, and then
You're
and
very
we'll see
quiet.
Briney may decide to come over, but I can't help that.
Yeah, Briney and Whisper heading over.
Yes.
Yes,
Cool.
and I'm
Briney.
gonna follow. I'm gonna follow the same path that Brumner did.
Sure, give me an acrobatics check.
I'm so good at that, you guys.
I'm not sure how heavy Whisper is, but while flying, can Whisper sort of like bump Briney to make sure she's balanced?
No.
Can I guidance myself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, that's not bad. 15.
Yeah, there's a couple of spots where it creaks a bit, but you manage to make it across.
So
I think
was your intention to have Whisper do the investigation?
my intention was to ask Whisper if they can help with investigation potentially, or through them, Marky, however.
Mm. The stealth Mark II unit does not have the ability to see through my eyes, but I can help.
I can. My investigation's a +4, and give it a shot with your
Mine's
help.
a big whopping 0, so I would
Okay,
be happy
all
to
right.
help.
I will
You get
And
advantage.
advantage and guidance.
Yeah.
Oh, 23.
Yeah, so you're looking, and it may be because, like, Whisper is helping you, but you do see that there is a thin line strung up here. About
Trolls.
knee height.
The stealth Mark I unit is proficient in dealing with traps and the like, if you would like them to utilize their thieves' tools.
All I heard was there's a thin, and then my thing went out.
There's a
again.
thin-
There's a
thin
thin
tripwire.
line about knee height.
okay.
That is, yeah. And then, did you hear what Whisper said?
No.
Whisper
The
said
Mark-
the stealth Mark unit 1 or Mark 1 unit is
True.
proficient in dealing with traps. If you'd like me to use
Oh, okay.
something. along those lines.
Isn't Marky the Mark II?
Yeah, I meant the Mark II. But also, Mark I is in their head.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
that makes it funnier now.
Yes, please, Whisper. That would be great.
She sort of flies over. She'll go, announce to the four. There is a tripwire up ahead. Master, would you like to deal with the trap, please? Brumnur requests it. Marky will shrug and go, yes, if Edith
So
doesn't
do
think
I
it's
need to
going to
back
take
up
too
out of
much
the way?
time.
Oh, I thought Whisper was going to do it.
Well,
No,
you two are
Marky cannot.
taking up this corridor, so
Yeah. So, Briney will get out of the way.
where is Briney going?
Well, I was gonna back up. So she's gonna.
Actually, I'm gonna just motion for Briney to kneel, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
climb on her shoulders.
That'll work.
If there's enough
We'll
room,
just get trench
I'm not
coat.
very big. I'm a dwarf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tall enough.
She's strong.
Um,
She's strong.
Okay, you two are stacked together.
Alex,
Marky,
Okay.
can
That's
I
fun.
please have an acrobatics check at disadvantage? Because you're heavy, aren't you?
Marky is
666.
he is 270 pounds, and their armor is adamantine, so 40 pounds. So they're about 310 pounds total.
Cool. Give me your check at disadvantage, babe.
That is easy. I mean, if I fall, I have feather fall from a boon. Disadvantage.
It's like 5 feet down.
Oh well. I mean, I rolled a 16 and an 18. So I mean, with my acrobatics, that's 19 as the lowest.
Marky manages to make it across, and you can see. Now that you know what you're looking for, you can see the tripwire.
Marky will very tentatively and carefully begin working on disarming this trap.
Yeah, give me your thieves' tools roll.
I can indeed.
With guidance?
With guidance.
I mean, yeah, fuck, I'll take guidance.
Sorry, I'm completely distracted from the stream by cat.
What kind of check is this? Is this a dexterity using the tool, so it's with proficiency?
Yeah,
Lighter
so it's thieves' tools, so dex
That's-
plus proficiency.
So that is guidance is D4, right?
Mhm.
Where am I? So I rolled a 19 plus 2 on the guidance, plus 4 proficiency, and plus 3 on the dex. So a lot. Above 20.
28.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you managed
you
to.
can
It's a
come out.
relatively rudimentary trap. It looks
Mm.
like it makes the spikes come out further, but you managed to dismantle it. So it looks like whoever, it's designed for when the first person gets to like the end, anybody who's inside gets stuck.
Mm.
Sounds unpleasant.
And it's very obviously like troll made. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but these trolls are going to have to try a lot harder than that. A bit too
Glad
simple,
they're
if
gonna
you ask
try
me.
a lot harder.
Why would you?
Jinx it like that.
It's
Yeah,
what's
as
done is
somebody who
done.
tempts fate, Alex, you have no room to
Yeah.
speak. I love.
If there's one thing Marky will highlight, it's when they're not being challenged intellectually speaking. And these
Brumnur is just gonna flip off of Briney's shoulders and then head forward towards
I
where
wonder
Marky
what
is.
books they have in their library. Let's go judge them.
So I will make sure I've got my hand on Edith's shoulder and just be like,
Oh, spikes.
and then
Marky, get out of here. I don't want to be in the spikes.
oh,
You
the
can-
spikes are fine.
Yeah, you've got a single file through there.
Marky will stealth go ahead of them and start like listening.
Okay. I'm gonna come back to Marky in a second. Now, Alex and Edith, you can't cross like side by side.
I'm gonna go first,
Mm-hmm.
super carefully.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I rolled a 17 on the dice, so 21.
Yeah,
Nice.
Alex with a flourish even.
no.
Nimbly crosses.
There's no flourish. This is all like focused, intense, because that dice nearly stopped on a 4.
With all the focus of a tightrope walker. Crosses nimbly. Edith. Are you headed across?
So, yep. I will be rolling twice because I have advantage for reasons.
Sure.
This too.
So
21.
people can
21? Yeah, you get across. And last but certainly not least, Baeshra. Baeshra?
Ray is fine.
Ray? Cool. Ray, do you want to make your acrobatics check?
Hell no, I'm casting spider climb on myself.
Sure. You head across the walls.
Yep.
You do notice that sort of once you get across, you have to kind of drop down because there's spikes on the walls, but there's no spikes on the roof if you want to be upside down.
I'll stay up there.
Okay.
That's fine.
Thank God
Now,
you don't have a spider token.
Marky, which way are you heading? So you can see that there's a tunnel here, and there's a tunnel here, and there's more this way.
And I have a little bit more revealed. Is that possible?
Yeah.
we can ask Ray which way she saw
That's what I was gonna
where
say.
the trolls were.
And around the corner.
Oh, they're around the corner, aren't they?
That's where I
So-
saw them.
Ray saw them like going. Ray went kind of this way.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Do you want Marky to roll stealth first before I decide on anything?
If you're moving stealthily.
He is going to sort of go ahead and start stealthing enough. What's my modifier? I keep forgetting my modifier for stealth. 7. So 8 plus 7 is 50. So it's 25.
Yep. You are pretty stealthy.
Marky is going to listen, I guess, at each juncture to see, well, to hear if there is anything ahead. If that makes sense. So they're going to go to each choice and just sort of intently listen.
Okay, give me your perception rolls.
Alrighty, so there will be three of them.
Just the one is fine.
Okay. May I have guidance, perchance?
Yes. Absolutely.
Perfect. You know what? Use it or lose it. I'm just gonna use. Do I have Twitch inspiration? No, I do not. That's fine.
Yeah, guidance is a cantrip, so assume whenever you need it, you have it.
17 plus 6 is 23.
Cool. You don't hear anything at the first two. But as you sort of reach where you are, you can hear breathing coming from this direction.
What type of breathing? If that makes sense. Is it like
breathing type of breathing?
Does it sound like livestock, like huffing? Does it sound? I mean, Marky's dealt with trolls even yesterday.
Sleeping.
Does it sound like sleeping? Does it sound like really thick and gross? Does it sound like a large creature?
It does sound like a large. It sounds like more than one large creature.
Because Marky's stealthed in front of literally our party, they can still see it. Yeah.
I mean, you're standing in the middle of a corridor, so you're not like visibly very stealthy. You're being audibly stealthy.
Yeah. Can I ascertain roughly how many breathing, sounds there are? Distinct sounds?
What did you get in your perception roll?
It was 23. 15 plus 2. Yeah, 25. 25.
Yeah, you can hear 2, 3. 3.
Marky holds up 3 fingers and will point up.
Single head.
Yeah.
Double head.
Marky sort of perhaps,
yeah,
a perhaps.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna wave Marky to come back over to the group.
Mm-hmm. You stealthily creep on over.
And I'm just gonna say, if you can hear 3 around the corner, I don't want anything sneaking up from that cavern that we haven't been up. Do we want to just peek around that corner and see so that we don't get attacked from behind? I can do that on my own. I don't mind.
Well, I guess if one checks this corridor and one checks this corridor.
Yeah.
Split the party. What can go wrong?
Well, I think if Marky is very, pointedly looking at Edith. I mean, pointedly, they don't have expression. They're looking straight at Edith when they say this. They say, if the 4 of you just stay here while 2 of us quickly scope out the other corridors, it'll probably be a lot quicker. And if the 3 noises over here shift or change or come and check up on you guys, you will have the numbers advantage.
Yep.
I'm going to sort of whisper to Marky, let's remind Edith to be quiet so she doesn't sing or hum.
As you're doing that, Alex will just be like, Edith, stick with me.
Shh. Whispers is with you guys as well.
Alright.
It would be advisable to keep quiet.
Edith is just standing there now, grinning with her finger over her mouth.
Whisper will be on top of Edith's head and saying, I would imagine this cave is small enough that I should be able to protect you using Marky's spells. Oh, master
She tries
spells.
to swat it off. I don't want this bug on me, Marky.
I am a construct, not a bug.
Construct bug, bugstruct, whatever it is.
Go.
I don't want it on.
Go.
Okay, Whisper is going to fly just slightly above Edith's head.
Yeah, Brumner's going to take the top cavern here.
Okay, Brumnur, you walk up this cavern, and it seems to end at a dead end.
Okay, and there's nothing, I don't see anything in there?
Give me an investigation roll.
Not perception?
Nope.
We're investigating.
Natural 18. I'll take it for a total of 18.
Nice.
So you're looking around, and it seems weird. And then you notice that there's, like, on this wall here, there's, there's one rock that has, like, a greasy handprint on it, and you move over, and you can see that that rock moves. Do you touch it? It doesn't seem trapped.
Okay, then yes.
You press it, and this, like, rock here slides out and goes. You can see the staircase that you came down.
Is it loud?
It's not. It's not really loud. It makes a little bit of noise, but not a lot.
So it's like another. Oh, it just this
It's a
wall
quick
basically
exit.
disappears.
Yeah.
Got it.
So we don't have to go back over the bridge on our way out.
Hmm.
You feel like maybe the trolls use that instead of the bridge.
That makes sense. Okay, I will come back and tell the group.
These trolls definitely seem smarter than yesterday's troll.
Yeah.
Marky, what are you doing?
So Marky is going to stealthily. They're trying to visibly be stealthy as well this time, so I am reroll stealth.
You can see just like piles of stuff.
So the visible and audible stealth was math is 25.
Yeah, you're being stealthy.
And Marky's gonna peek over this corner as well. I imagine it somehow links to this thing that they saw. Okay. Can Marky hear anything over here in these blank areas?
No. Not currently.
Any traps that Marky's able to perceive?
Give me an investigation roll.
Well, investigation is one of my best things. That is a natural 19 for 29.
No, you don't see any traps.
Will you have me re-roll at certain junctures?
Yep.
Or... Okay. Marky's going to slowly inch. Tell me when to stop and make a check. They're actively looking.
No, I know.
Still stealthy. They note the chest in there. They're not going to go to it just yet. They're not treasure hungry.
Yep. Give me a perception roll.
Mm-hmm. That is 19.
You can hear a rumbly sound.
From which direction?
Coming from this direction. Hang on, it's not letting me ping. Coming from, like, below you. You notice that the cavern slopes up. Now, what are you doing? You have literally 6 seconds.
Okay, what kind of rumbling is it? Like,
It's a stony rumble.
like the earth elemental from Three Bad Cats?
Possibly. You're not sure.
Moving full speed at stealth is half movement speed, right?
Yes, that's right.
Does Marky detect anything with their blind sight?
How far is your blind sight?
30 feet.
Not currently.
Okay,
The rumbling seems to be from beyond that.
Okay, Marky is going to bonus action dashing. Will full movement stealth back to the start.
Cool. As you get sort of to here,
Mm.
you see a large stone come like rolling down this corridor and crash against this wall.
That is a very well hidden trap. Did Marky hear a click or anything? Or
Did not hear a click.
Did it seem relatively natural?
Did not hear anything click. Give me another perception roll.
Certainly woke up the the ogres. Okay.
We all probably heard that, right? Big
Oh, you all heard the
boulder
stone
crashing.
crashing, the boulder crashing, yeah.
25.
Yeah.
You can hear the sounds of stone scraping, like, up along here. Now, back to the
Yeah.
group. You have all heard
Yeah.
a stone crashing sound over this way.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Briney wants to get
Marky is
up front
visible.
and get her hammer ready. Like,
Yep, I'm gonna head right to this hallway, like entrance, so I can see both ways.
Alex has his hand firmly on Edith's shoulder.
Edith has
to,
her hand on his hand.
Both
Aw.
to keep Edith in one place, remind her that he's there, so she needs to stay quiet, and if something goes to attack somebody, instantly cast.
Marky, you hear another rumbling sound, exactly the same. And about 10 seconds later, you hear the crash again.
Marky didn't feel any changes of pressure or anything tugging on that person.
No.
No magical
me-
discharge.
Give me an intelligence roll, just straight intelligence.
Marky's good at that. It's gonna be +6 to this roll. That's a natural 20.
Cool.
26.
So, you heard the first one, and now you've heard a second one. And as you're listening, you can hear, like, the scraping sound again. It doesn't actually seem to be being set off by anything, if that makes sense. It just seems to be happening.
Could it... I mean, Marky didn't actually see it, because I did go back.
Yeah.
Did the sound exactly the same?
It's
Like-
similar enough to be the same. It's not, like, perfectly exactly the same.
Knowing
Briney.
knowing magic, does it sound like
It doesn't seem magical. No.
Okay.
Briney, can I have a perception roll, please?
Yep. I was just gonna ask if I could now that I'm up there. Natural 20
Cool.
plus
Briney.
22.
As you're looking around madly trying to work out what's going on,
Mhm.
you can see. And we're gonna roll initiative.
Oh, what the fuck?
All right, everybody's in
Really?
30 feet, so add 3 to your initiative, kids.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
I will
Brumnur.
describe them to you in a moment.
Ryan, looking at that creature, your hammer might actually do something.
Wait. I'm giving Brumnur shit. I rolled a 4.
I haven't
That's
rolled
how
a
it
single
go.
good initiative yet.
What does your thing give to initiative?
Plus 3.
+3.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I
This
have a
is
plus 5. I still got a 9.
I'm going to use my inspiration from my chat inspiration, and I'm going to re-roll mine because
Oh,
I didn't like
that's a good idea. I will do that too. I'm using my inspiration.
I am not.
So,
Was it a
Can-
one?
A 1.
anybody
It's a
above
1.
20?
21.
it. 23.
Thank you, Briney.
23 bros!
Okay, was that 23 for Edith and Alex? I'm going to assume
Yeah.
Edith has the highest dex.
What is your dex, Edith?
Saving throws? Oh, it's +5.
Yeah, you're
15 to 20? 10 to... 15, was that Ray?
14.
14? Okay. Briney, what'd you get?
She's frozen.
What did you get, Adam?
I got a 12. Does she have to use her Twitch? Like, if you roll the Twitch inspiration, do you have to use that roll, or you get to choose?
No,
you
it's
choose
No,
for
advantage.
that.
I'm gonna get a 9 because it gives me
got
advantage,
it.
so it still
Okay.
sucks.
Briney got a 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Briney, as you're looking around, you see this. So now this troll here has 2 heads.
Okay.
This one here seems to be... It feel like waves of necrotic energy. You can actually see the necrotic energy withering and rotting its flesh. Like as the flesh forms, it seems to rot away.
My aura did not make it down into the cave with me, for people to have +5 on their saves.
Oh, yep. Let me fix that.
10-foot radius, yeah.
Yep. For some reason, it didn't copy it.
Yeah.
Should be there now.
Yep.
Okay. So, we're gonna start with Edith.
So, these like wall partition things, I can see over them, correct?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, she's gonna just step a little bit. Gonna just step a little bit so that she has a clear line of sight to this creepity one.
Mhm.
And she is going to cast Chain Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it's not at advantage, so.
Now, is Chain Lightning an attack roll or a save?
It is a save. They need to beat a Dex 11.
That is a 15 from the top troll. Do they both need to save?
I don't think. Is there a way, if I were standing, like, say, here, would she have line of sight to both of them at the same
No,
time?
because of the stone here.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
So
on
yeah,
a
no,
save,
just the
take
one.
Star.
As her bonus action,
You have to see the
is-
second one for it to jump.
Yeah, for chain lightning, you have
You
to
need
see
to
every
see all the
target.
targets. Okay.
You can see them both from where you are. But does
Yeah,
Chain
but
Lightning need
that's-
to be in a line?
No,
No,
it's
so
a-
chain lightning is within 30 feet.
Yeah.
It's a better lightning bolt. And they are within 30 feet, so it should be fine.
Do you have to
It's-
hit the
Is this
first one for it to jump?
Let's
I'm
have a
not
look.
reading, I know.
That's the thing. Is the boon actually just
Chain Lightning's
Yeah.
Chain Lightning's different. So,
Yeah, so it just leaps, and they each have to make a saving
Yeah.
throw. Doesn't
I'm
matter if
doing
they save on
Chain
the-
Lightning.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do the second save then. The second save is a dirty 20. So you roll your 10d8, and they each take half.
Nice.
Powerful burn. Very powerful burn.
Does anybody see what I rolled in
It hasn't
D&D
turned up
Beyond?
yet.
It's gone.
Oh,
No, I
D&D
did it
Beyond.
earlier.
No, you can look in the
Yeah.
game
Do you guys
log.
care if I
34?
re-roll? Because I don't remember what the name was. The number was. It was like
So you
30.
rolled 34. You rolled 34.
34. Yeah, it's
Great,
shows in the
so-
game log.
Do I
Okay.
also get sneak attack because I'm a rogue?
No, sneak attack doesn't
Not
apply
on
to spells.
Thank you.
Not,
So
not
17 to each of them is nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Any bonus actions?
I can't do. I'm now not thinking spell-wise. I'm so used to doing melee, so I can't do a second attack as
No.
a bonus action if it's a spell, correct?
Only if it's a cantrip.
Got it. Okay. She's just gonna turn around and fart in their general direction.
Okay. Alex, what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk over next to Edith and just go, "Hey, there you go. Have fun, babe." And I'm gonna cast Greater Invisibility on her
Okay.
because a crazy person with lightning and invisibility is
That
just what we
always
all
goes well for Edith.
Yeah.
Any bonus
And-
actions?
I'm gonna look at that big ass necrotic bastard and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him because he's got it coming. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, like 21 to hit and 22.
Yep, those will hit.
Ooh, that's high damage. 15 damage on the first one and 12 damage on the second.
Cool. Give me just a sec.
Yeah, just pretty rose petals just shoot out from Alex's hand as Eldritch Blast and just...
Little pink rose petals,
Yeah.
like is outside his hut.
Yeah.
Okay, Marky.
Alright. If Marky moves here, like around here, can they still see like the top of the trolls?
You can see like the very edge of them.
Okay. Is holding the arcane cannon up, will Marky be able to fit them both in a line?
No. To get them both in a line, you can't get them both in a line currently.
Okay. Then let's
Because of the stone that's in the way.
Let's focus on idea.
This chunk right here, it looks like it's in the way.
Yeah. The necrotic one looks necrotic, so Marky is going to let Briney deal with that. Because, typically necrotic... I will actually...
Corpse Slayer hammer.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be good.
Has Marky ever seen or heard of such a troll like this one that we are seeing? Is there perhaps a chance?
If you want to study it, it will take your action.
Yeah, fuck that. We're just gonna kill the two-headed troll first.
Okay.
Don't forget
Marky...
your whisper is all the way over on the side.
Yes, actually, that is a very good point. What's Whisper's fly speed? 30. Well, Whisper will fly upwards to get, like, visuals, because Whisper can speak now. They're just going to fly 20 feet and then 10 feet up to get a look. Marky will move some feet. I really don't want to put him in the thick of things, but it's fine. We'll go here. What's the distance here? 40 feet? I think that's fine. Marky is going to... Oh, actually, no, that's not fine. I actually do need to get closer. God. Got 20 more feet. That's 40 feet, isn't it? Yeah. Marky will... Sorry, math. Marky will move a little bit closer. Get within 30 feet. Surely that's 30 feet. Nope. I'm gonna actually have to get into the frame. Marky's going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew on the two-headed one. It needs to make me a dexterity saving throw. 18 is the save.
It's a 17. It just fails.
Perfect. The creature is covered in acid. And every turn it has the acid on it, it will take 2d4 points of damage.
Okay. Does it take damage this turn?
No, only at the start of the turn. And Marky will move a tentative 5 feet. That's all I could do.
How far have you moved?
I have 45 movements.
Okay.
45? Sorry, actually, no, I can't move back. No, I do not. I have just a little bit shy of that. I don't have any ranged cantrips, so that is all I can do.
Okay. The top necrotic troll comes charging forward.
Yo!
Yay!
To like here-ish. And is going to try and bite at Briney and take a swing at Marky and a swing at Alex. So, let's go with the bite first. Which dice am I gonna use? Let's go with the blood splatter dice, because it's biting. That is a 27 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. That's not a d10, that's a d10. So, you take 13 points of piercing damage, plus... Ooh, ow. Plus 24 points of necrotic damage.
Okey-doke.
And then it's gonna try and claw at Alex. Let's use a metal dice for this one. That is a natural 20 for 28.
Oof.
I can stop that being a crit on me with an item I have borrowed.
Cool. Does it have charges? Mark a charge off.
I will be doing that right now.
So, you take 10 slashing damage plus 11 necrotic damage. And then it's gonna claw at Marky. Let's use the other metal dice.
Oh wait, no, I don't have that. It is a crit. Sorry.
Okay, so it was 10 to 22 slashing damage plus 23 necrotic damage.
So, can I use my cloud rune can I use my reaction to have the damage? I guess it can't get the attacker. Never mind. Fine.
No. So you can put it on the other creature because they're within 30.
But is it within 30? It's got to be within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, it's right next to you.
No. Okay, no.
Oh,
the other
one-
end.
No, it's
Oh,
the
got
further
it.
away
Yeah.
one, and it's not
Okay.
quite.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure the
never
cloud
mind.
rune can't be used on the initial attacker.
Okay,
No, it even says no. Sorry, never mind.
it's gonna claw Marky now.
22 is my AC.
That is a 26 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
4. Also, did you make concentration checks?
I just did that, and Edith, I'm sorry, you are visible again.
That is 12 points of slashing damage, plus 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, Marky got a natural 20 on their concentration checks.
And then everybody who is within 5 feet of it, which is...
Marky, Briney, Alex, and Edith.
You all take a further 17 points of necrotic damage.
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
17 was it?
Yeah, as those waves of you see its flesh starting to knit together and then rot, and as the flesh rots, this wave of necrotic energy rolls over you.
I will use my reaction instead of Uncanny Dodge to have that, please.
Not a problem. That brings us to Ray.
Ceiling. How tall is this thing?
It's large size, so it's about 12 feet tall.
Oh, good. So when I cast Ray of Sun, it's not going to hit anybody.
Yeah, you can definitely go over the head of the others. Is Ray of Sun a save or an attack roll?
Save. Con.
So 19 plus 6 is 25.
Oof.
So it does make the save, but I still get to roll damage,
Yay!
which is 4, 8, 16, 18, and 2 more. 18 and 6
Thank you.
is 24. 24
So-
radiant damage. Oh, wait. It's undead. It has disadvantage.
It's not undead.
Damn it.
Living. Oh,
So does it take the full 24 damage?
It takes half, so
12.
12.
Okay.
would
Uh,
that be something that Ray knows? That, if it's undead, it deals more damage?
yeah, Ray would know that it's not undead with that.
Can she share that?
Does Ray have any bonus actions?
Yes, Ray would share that.
Any cantrips you want to cast?
Yeah, Magic Stone. I'm gonna throw a rock at it.
Cool.
Oh boy. Whale.
12 does not hit, unfortunately.
Fair.
Anything else?
Yep, I'm moving.
Okay.
5, 10, 15.
Marky will say, don't be within 5 feet of it. If you can help
Yeah, I'm getting there.
it.
She's still counting.
Not sure if she saw us or not.
Really? Right
Yeah.
now you need attention?
Alright, now I'm done.
Okay. You all see come running out and across this, like cavern here. Oh no, I just hit it. I didn't realize it's the wrong thing.
Not another fucking troll.
You all see come jumping over and roaring a 3-headed troll.
Ew.
And it's gonna use its action to dash. And it's gonna come up to... Actually, it's gonna go this way. And come up to here. And that brings us to Brumnur. You all, now that you're having a look at these trolls, you can all see that they have like rams or like goat horns. Yeah. It's weird.
Oh.
I don't know what that means. Brumnur is terrified because he didn't expect a third, but he should have. And so he's going to take the light crossbow that he has borrowed, and he's going to take out one of the bolts that are now fiery bolts, and he is going to shoot the newcomer.
Sure, roll it.
It's 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, so Marky, you got to remind me, what is the damage on that
Just
again?
an extra d6 of fire damage.
Okay, so first the regular damage, 10 damage of piercing, 5 damage for fire, and then he is going to also use the fire rune that he got earlier, and it is going to... the troll needs to make a strength saving throw DC 18.
That is a 17 plus 6.
Ooh, yikes. Okay, well, he makes it, so he is not bound, but I think he takes damage. Hold on, I'm looking right
He
now.
takes 2d6, I think.
Yep, you are 100% correct.
So you all notice that the rotting one has like one head and the smallest goat horns, and then the 2-headed one has bigger goat horns, and then the 3-headed one has the biggest goat horns.
Does the 3-headed one also have the 5 arms as well?
It
Is it
has...
like super mutant?
It has 5 arms, yep.
Ew.
So it was another 10 points of fire damage for that one.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, I am also going to actually, I'm in a, I think I'm in a fine place for now. I'll stay where I am.
Okay. That brings us to the 2-headed troll. Now, does it take acid damage at the start of its turn?
Yes, so it will take... Let me roll. It takes... 6 points of acid damage. And the acid, like, it'll keep taking acid damage until it realizes that the acid isn't going away and it uses an action to scrape it off.
Yeah, it's not going to do that this turn because it's going to assume that it's just going to go away. And it's going to charge in.
Marky's gonna eat so much shit.
Yeah.
That was a terrible place to go.
But I mean, it protects you lower levels.
It's only got 30 feet, so it's going straight for Marky. Let's go with the bite first.
Marky will say, let's try and
That's
keep...
a 26 to hit.
That's fine. Let's try and keep these 2 areas free, because now they're in the perfect spot for
For
Marky.
7 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first claw is a 25 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for 14 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the second claw misses. Make your
Perfect.
concentration checks.
I will make 2 concentration checks.
Oh, I would have had advantage. Give me a second.
Well, crits...
No, but it still
true.
misses
Yeah.
the last hit.
Crits don't work on Marky either, so...
That's okay.
In case. Both of those was 16 and 14 plus my con, so they both save. Both
Cool.
cons.
That brings us to Briney.
Hey, you. Do I have flanking with Marky?
Yeah.
Okay. Pick up my big old hammer and smack that necrotic dude. Oh, 2 5s. That's lovely. 14 to hit?
14 misses, unfortunately.
Oh, do I have my
You've got
inspiration back?
inspiration.
I do.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, that's better. 19?
19 will hit.
Okay. So that's gonna be 8. So bludgeoning is 7.
Mm-hmm.
And radiant is gonna be 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then second hit will be... Does 15 hit?
No, it does not.
Dang, she's doing bad. Okay.
You've got
And
your
then
inspiration
she's-
back if you want to try again.
Already?
Yeah.
Love you, chat. Beautiful people.
They don't
That
want us
is
to die.
Yeah, that is a 23. That's better.
That'll
Okay,
hit.
so another... Perfect. 14 bludgeoning
Mm-hmm.
and 8 radiant.
Mm-hmm.
And then, this is the necrotic one right here. Wait,
Yes.
get my
Yeah.
my thingy thing. This is necrotic.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do Toll the Dead on this guy.
Okay.
It's a wisdom save of 16.
That's gonna fail. That's a 6 on the dice, and I'm assuming it
Right.
doesn't have a
That's
plus
some
10
D12s.
wisdom.
D12 since he's already taken damage.
Yep.
That's 14 necrotic on that guy.
Okay.
That's Briney.
That brings us back up to the top with Edith, who is unfortunately no longer invisible.
Fine, dear. So I'm going to give myself, as my bonus action, I'm going to give myself advantage using the steady aim ability that I have.
Yep.
And so I'm going to... Oh, wait, I
Briney,
don't
you
need to do that.
Briney got
because
healing
it's a
worded too.
Dex thing.
Oh,
Oh,
D4 plus 4. Thank you.
you're
darlings.
also flanking. You're flanked with Marky, so you actually don't need steady aim.
Oh yeah, you have.
If you can
advantage.
reach, if you can reach from there at least.
Oh, that's a
Yeah, you
four.
can
Well,
reach.
I'm
Beautiful.
not moving anyway. They have to make a Dex save. All 3, please.
All 3 of them are making a dex
11. Yes, I'm casting Chain Lightning again.
That's a nat 20 for the first one. That is a 16 plus. 16 plus 4 is dirty 20 for the second. And that is a 16 plus 1, so a 17 for the 2-headed troll.
Oh, piss ass dick muggle. And Edith is going to move to the, like, over this little fence thingy.
Yep.
And attempt to stab the first guy with her, like, this,
So were you doing
Wait,
chain lightning the first time?
yes.
They still take damage.
Oh, right.
They
Oh,
take
yes.
half. Did you roll the damage?
Unless you don't want to do the damage. I'm fine with you not doing the damage.
Look, I'm still learning. It's fine. Oh my god.
wow.
So it's 49 damage and then halved for all of them.
Yep. Okay. And then with your bonus action?
I'm actually going to say, yeah, screw it. She's gonna try to stab.
Yeah, roll your stabby stab.
I'm using the Twitch inspiration again.
Okay.
Thanks. I don't have any bonuses, like bless isn't active or anything, right, you guys?
You
Yeah,
have
you're still flanking,
advantage.
right?
You've still got advantage, though.
You've also got regular advantage from flanking with Marky.
Okay, so my first 2 rolls were garbage. So if I were to use inspiration, is that 2 more rolls because I have advantage, or
No,
just
it's
a third
one
roll?
more. Just
Yeah,
a third roll.
just one.
Think of it as like using the lucky feat.
Yeah.
So the good roll is 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
That will be 8 magical piercing damage.
You get sneak attack on that too, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, yeah, you get sneak attack. You can only get sneak
Yes.
attack once round, but you still get it.
Yeah, because this
Yeah,
wasn't
you
a
have-
this wasn't a spell.
Yeah, this is a actual attack.
18 plus 7.
25.
You hear me mathing in the background, so it's 25 magical piercing damage.
Cool. That brings us to Alex.
Actually, sorry, I'm going to take the attack of opportunity and move back.
Okay, it's gonna try and bite you.
Oh,
I can
should
certainly
move
try.
back. Yeah.
Oh, actually, Edith, thank you so much. That's really handy, actually.
Thank you. A lot.
Is Edith wearing adamantine armor?
Not adamantine, but she has some other things.
Cool.
It's crit.
I'm just asking so I know whether it's crit or not.
It's not a crit. If you have rolled a nat 20, please reroll.
Reroll? What's making me reroll?
So spoiler, it's the amulet of
Okay,
Umbani.
that's cool. That's
it-
all you need to say.
Okay.
That will be
For
a
reason.
25 to hit. Where are my dice? There. So that will
It's just
be...
not a crit. You have to like totally reroll.
Yeah, that's why I rerolled. So that's a 12 piercing damage. Plus... 10, 16, 23 necrotic damage.
I'm gonna use the Cloud Rune as the reaction
Yes.
and have it hit the guy, the troll behind him, the green one.
There.
So what does the cloud
This
rune
one?
do?
So once per short rest, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you
Mhm.
can use a reaction to choose a different creature, except for the attacker, within 30 feet of you to become the target of the attack instead, using the same roll.
Okay.
That's awesome. One-time use.
That brings us to Alex.
What
What are
is-
you doing?
Okay, so I'm going to step back here, and that would put me a straight shot between these two trolls, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then I'm going to go, hey, Edith, that was a really good idea. And I'm just going to lightning bolt them with my boot. So a dex 17 save, please.
First one saves with a nat 20. The dice are big, man.
Uh-huh.
The dice will
He
pick.
loves to
How
help the
dexterous
DM.
are trolls?
And that's a 19 on the dice. So both of them save. I rolled a
Oh.
19 and 20 on the dice.
They should still take... Do they take half?
They still take damage.
So they
Yeah.
take 9 points of lightning damage. And I will bonus action that goddamn necrotic asshole who clearly kicked the shit out of Alex, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the little sod. Well, one of those natural ones, so that misses, and the other one
You have
is
advantage.
Oh.
Twitch Inspiration, don't forget.
Doesn't have advantage, but Twitch Inspiration.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
What was the second one?
Total of like 19.
19 will hit.
Yeah, alright, I'll use the Twitch advantage for the first one. Oh look, 19's hit on the first one. Excellent. So that's fully rerolled. So 15 force damage and 9 force damage to goddamn necrotic ass.
Okay, Marky.
Really don't like that guy.
Alrighty. Marky is going to provoke an attack of opportunity from the three-headed one as Marky wraps around Briney
Okay.
and lines up a shot. I can get all three of them. And so I'll do the attack of opportunity first.
That is an 18 plus 11 is 20 something. 29.
And that's fine. Marky rolled 17 on the dice for their con save, so they're gonna make it.
So that is 13 piercing damage plus 19 poison. So a total of 20.
I have resistance to poison, so it would be 9.
22 altogether.
Marky is holding the arcane cannon and will say, I really must thank Eden for this later. This is going to be outstanding. And they press the what color button is it? I believe acid is the bright green button.
Yep. Now, does it take a round to aim and then a round to fire? From what I remember.
That's it. Let's
Yes.
take a look.
I'm pretty sure it does.
It has a 5-minute cooldown.
Oh, fuck me, it does. Okay. Marky's going to aim.
Cool.
Can I still use my bonus action though?
Yes, I will let you.
Marky is going to have Whisper. Let me just quickly do the rolling again. Yeah, Whisper can be in Marky's old spot without getting targeted by the thing. Marky is gonna have Whisper be put in between all of the trolls, so everyone will have flanking no matter which way they sort of go. Which of the trolls been hit the least?
The big one.
They're all big.
The green
this
guy.
one. The three-headed one.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna call them 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, we're gonna call them 1, 2, and
Yeah.
3. Number 3.
For each heads. Yeah, for each head. Number 3 is going to eat a shocking grasp through.
Yeah, roll it.
That is 12 plus 10, 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's 2d8 plus 6 is 19 points of electricity damage, lightning damage.
Okay.
And Marky will say, can you please keep them occupied for a minute while I line this shot up?
So this guy is
Working on
gonna
it, sweetie.
move to here.
Ah, fuck.
You just ruin your line.
Where's my moment?
And is going to is gonna bite at who's been annoying it? Briney. Yeah. It's gonna
so
bite at
sweet.
Briney.
She's so sweet, though. Indigo said so.
This troll has never spoken to Indigo. That's a
She
dirty
said Briney and Edith are so sweet.
dirty 20. to hit. So that is 13 piercing damage plus 26 necrotic. And then it's gonna claw Edith and claw Alex. So Edith first. That is a 16 plus 8 is 24 for
Alex, go take her dice from her.
7 slashing damage
It's
plus
not the dice. It's
11
Laura.
necrotic damage. And then claw Alex for...
I'm using my reaction. Sorry, Laura. I'm using my reaction to have it uncanny dodge. So
Yep.
instead of 11, it'll be
18 to hit Alex for 6 slashing damage and... Oh no, sorry, 10 slashing damage and 5 necrotic damage. And then all of y'all, so 1, 2, 3, plus Brumnur, all take... What was he? I don't have him marked down as being hit by acid.
Was he hit with does fire affect
Wasn't
it
the
at all?
big guy hit with fire?
Who did Brumnur shoot? I can't remember.
Brumnur, who did you shoot?
I shot the newcomer
this
on the
one?
field, I remember. So
Okay.
that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you all take 19 necrotic damage.
Boy.
Alex is looking super bad.
Yeah, even Marky's looking a bit rough. These trolls are really out to get us.
Edith, with the uncanny dodge, you've already used your reaction for the cloud rune. Does uncanny dodge take your reaction?
It does indeed. Thank you.
That brings us to Ray.
This is what I was gonna do.
Dave spent channel points to talk to the troll.
The troll's like, I know it's sweet, that's why I'm eating it. You get 1d4 plus 4, Chris.
Wait,
It's not.
Alex
It's no
Beckman
canned
Ward.
rabbit, but it's still tasty.
It's canned water. This troll is thirsty. Thirsty
Yeah,
for brine.
thirsty. Everybody thirsty for finding. She ain't playing.
I would have used my thing to teleport away after getting hit, because I know I can't get hit again.
Okay, well if you teleported away after you got hit, then you wouldn't have taken the 19 damage at the end.
Cool.
also you got a healing word.
Yep.
Ray, what you doing?
I'm going to cast. Well, first I'm gonna climb off the ceiling so I don't fall off of it.
Okay, you can like superhero jump down.
She's not that. No.
Okay.
She's gonna carefully walk down the wall.
Yep.
And she's gonna throw. Yep. She's gonna put a healing spirit. If it'll go. Over there.
Okay.
So everybody within. If you start your turn there, you can restore 1d6 hit points.
Where is that? My thing glitched out.
It's right
oh,
there.
awesome. Beautiful.
Everybody within 30 feet of that.
Oh, 30 feet? Nice. Beginning of your turn, you get a d6?
Yep, but you only get it once.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Yep.
Each
I
of
put it
our
there
turns
for-
or your turn?
At the start of your
each
turn.
at the start of your turn.
Cool, cool.
Anything else?
Nope.
Any bonus actions? you want a magic stone again?
Yeah.
You
Just
have
to help
20
you all.
bonus.
I'm gonna put this little bloody dice. I'm gonna put it aside, and I won't use it.
Yes, it's really, really good.
I'll be nice.
I've been told it was you and not the die, so we'll see how that goes.
It is, Laura. It's not the dice.
Honestly, I'm fine.
She doesn't
with
have a
getting
dice jail. She
hit.
has a dice spa. She like rewards them with
have
for
my dice
performing
hotel.
well.
My
Yeah.
dice hotel.
Dice hotel.
Bathe them in the blood of the innocents.
Yes.
To be honest, getting hit isn't the issue. The
Was that
damage
a-
rolls are
Was that a
insane.
nine to hit with the?
9.
Yeah, the magic stone just kind of plinks off the troll. He's like,
Oh,
dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
He says in giant.
Yeah, he's just a giant. He's like, dude. And
Bro.
out of all 3 heads at the same time.
Okay.
Where's your car, dude?
And now it is his turn. He is gonna move over to here, so you can have an attack of opportunity if you like.
Sure.
is he trying to attack me? Dear.
Oh, I get to use my scimitar for once.
Ooh, scimitar.
Scimitar.
Oh boy. Oh, Ray.
Told you.
Oh no.
We'll get you in some sparring matches, honey.
It's okay. Somebody's got to balance out my dice luck, and Mac can't do it all on his own.
Hey, I'm doing a pretty good job.
So the dire troll is going to whirlwind
dire
of
troll.
course. So, can I please have from Brumnur, Briney, Edith, and Marky and Whisper? Can I please have a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna roll lots of dice.
Don't forget that we all have, oh fuck no, I'm not in the range. Only Briney has it.
I have it too.
Laura, I have
So,
advantage
yeah,
because of the
plus
amulet.
5 if you're in my
Yeah.
aura.
Anybody who's got advantage or
Holy
whatever?
Shit. Oh good, I
Um,
think I got my inspiration back. I mean my Twitch inspiration. I'm gonna need
You
it
do, yeah.
because that was crap.
Hang on, where's?
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's 22.
What's the DC?
DC is 19.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Both Marky and
my
Whisper
foot-
make it.
My 14 would not have made it. So I'm
With-
glad my inspiration is gone again.
55.
With Bud does have evasion, so they just take no damage from this.
Okay. So, anybody who does not have evasion and who succeeded takes 27 points of slashing damage. Anybody who did not succeed on a 19 takes 55 points of slashing damage.
Well, Edith is definitely unconscious.
Does he
Yeah,
have
Oh,
some healing.
God.
Some healing would really go well.
Edith
right
is not
now.
unconscious because Edith has a death ward, so Edith is on 1 hit point. And that is the troll's turn. Does Edith have evasion yet?
No, she gets it at level 8.
Okay. So Edith is... You're not unconscious, but yeah, that's his turn. It is Brumnur's turn.
Well, fudge, man. Okay, so Brumnur is going to...
Yeah, shit, man.
Yeah.
We heard that.
Yeah, we got that.
Brumnur's gonna keep trying to hit this dude. I'm not in his melee range, right?
Who?
Is that
The rotting one?
Yeah, the rotting one.
Yeah, you're in the rotting one.
I'm in his melee range? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
because
thought
you're
it was-
just to the side of him.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's big.
Now, don't forget you get a d6 healing at the start of your turn.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Big one.
Oh, it's 1 more hit point than you had a second ago.
True, brings me up to 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so,
Shout to everybody in the chat is like,
I'm going to use. I drank the potion of fire breath, so I'm going to a bonus action fire breath him. It is a low DC for him. Let me tell you what it is.
I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay, it's a Dex DC 13, so he may still make it. I don't know what his.
No.
Alright.
Now, is this a cone?
It is not. It's just fire at a target within 30 feet of you. It doesn't say it's a cone or anything.
That's good.
For that.
Just making sure you're not going to set Edith and Briney on fire.
That would suck.
That is
Hold on.
19 points of fire damage to him.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I would be at disadvantage. If you know what, I'm gonna take his reaction. I'm gonna shift over so I'm out of his melee.
Okay. He's gonna try and bite your face. And miss, because that's a 5. Oh no, wait, what's his bonus?
Did you
5
use a
plus
bonus action?
5 plus 8.
Yeah, it's 13.
So he misses,
13.
yeah.
I do have no, I'm not gonna use Twitch Inspiration.
You're already gonna TP chaos. Please don't.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
these
DPK.
Her
players
name's
are
not Louis,
buff.
it's fine.
We're not hurt.
They're very
Oh yeah, we're fucking hurt.
they're also very hurt. Except the big guy. The big guy's like, whatever, I'm gonna eat you all.
And I'm going to use my crossbow again, and I'm going to attempt to attack him with one of the fiery. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to attack him. I'm going to attack the dire dude with a fiery bolt.
Okay, roll it.
I'm going to use my Twitch inspiration.
Okay.
Ooh, does 17 hit?
It does.
Hey. All right, he takes 5 points of piercing damage and 6 points of fire damage.
Okay. And that brings us to the two-headed troll who takes some acid damage, I understand?
Yes. Let me roll 2d4.
Kit, you just got healing worded.
Those
Bless
are
you.
2 4s for 8 points of acid damage.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay. And then he's gonna attack Marky, because Marky's there.
Edith got a healing word too.
Yeah, Edith said thank you.
That
so I'm
work?
gonna- You roll 1d4
What do I
plus
do?
4. 1d4 plus 4 immediately.
Yeah, as soon as the chat gods will give it to you.
Okay. So the first one is a nat 20, but I know that crits don't affect you, Marky, so I'll just roll regular damage. And I'll put that dice over there as well.
This just happened.
No,
Does it
I
happen with digital dice too? Should we force
Yeah.
her to start rolling it in half? Like, oh,
no,
God.
she's really good with digital dice. as
Digital
well.
dice tend to be
This is
worse,
unfair.
honestly.
18 piercing damage for the bite. And then it's gonna try and claw you twice. First one is that's not gonna hit, that's a 7 plus 7. Second one is again a 7 plus 7, so the claws miss.
Perfect.
Oof.
that-
Let me roll my con save.
Brings us to Briney.
Yeah, that's a 17. That's fine.
So I'm gonna roll my d6 healing.
Yep.
That's a 4. That's nice. I'll take it.
That's 4 more hit points than you had a
One
second
more.
ago.
Yeah, plus my healing word. That was the okay. I got flanking with Edith. Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Right. Get Mr. Necrogas. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be.
Smite worthy thing if I've ever seen it.
And I rolled 16 bludgeoning.
Yep.
And no, more than that because I forgot to add my plus. So plus 6. So 16 for the dice. 22 total bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot my bonus. And then for Radiant will be 23 Radiant.
Mm-hmm.
And then my second hit.
Well, the first one takes him down.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Well, I got another buddy over here that looks like he needs some love.
Now you don't
So-
have... Oh, no, you've got flanking with Marky.
Oh, cool. That's
This
So
perfect
remember that
flanking
that's okay.
situation.
24 to
That'll
hit. That is, oh my gosh, those dice Rachel got me roll so good. 14 bludgeoning,
Mm-hmm.
and oh wait, let me see if I'm at my level 2. No, I got one more level 1, so that is 8 radiant,
Mm-hmm.
and then wisdom saving 16, please.
That will fail. That's a 10.
That's another 12 of necrotic.
Yep. Okay.
That's Briney's turn.
Okay. That brings us back to the top with Edith.
Whew.
So first I'm gonna do my D6 healing.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled a 6. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You now have 20 times the amount of hit points you currently have.
Is it a D6 plus something, or is it just a D6?
Just a D6.
The D6.
Okay. She is going to cast Chain Lightning again and hope for the best. DC is 11. Dex.
Okay, the big guy is gonna make his save. Yeah, they both make their save. How many chain lightnings you got?
It's
He's
at
asking the
will.
same thing.
At will. It's
But
at
it is,
will.
it is a relatively low DC, to be fair, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I imagine there are consequences to using all this fighting.
So that's 43 and then halved.
yeah, it
Okay.
makes Edith smile, Corey. That's what happens.
That's the concerning part.
And then she's going to use her bonus action to disengage and use her movement to back up towards where Alex is.
Okay, Alex, it's your turn.
Where does Edith move to? Can you move for me?
Marky, you got healing
Okay.
worded.
So I
Ooh.
will move to here, and as I move past Edith, I will take out of my personal stash my healing potion. I'll hand you a greater healing potion and go, babe, you look like shit, girl. Take this. And then I will cast at the big three-headed guy who's closest to me, Rathrum's Psychic Lance. So can I have a int 17 save, please?
You can! I rolled a nat 20. Suck it.
Ah, come on, son.
Dude.
I'll put that dice over there too. I'm down to 3 d20s. I had 6.
On a int save on a Becky. It's fine.
So that's a nat 20 for 19.
I just need to fail a 17.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I
It's
shouldn't
Look
do
how
this to
sorry.
Max.
Look how sorry she
Everything's
looks.
fine.
He knows,
It's
he knows
all
where I
good.
sleep.
So they take 10 points of psychic damage.
10 points of psychic damage? Not a problem.
And then I assumed handing a potion over is a free action.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Cool. I will take my healing. 6 points of healing. Alex is not
Nice.
looking
Taking
so
a
much
potion
like
as a free
shit.
action?
He's handing a potion to Edith.
Oh, handing. Okay, I'm like, what did I miss? Okay.
He was handing it to Edith.
I'm just
allow
gonna like Eldritch
That's
blast this guy because he's hurting my friend Edith, and I do not like that. 21 to hit and 21 to hit.
Yep, they both hit.
So 10 points of force damage and 15 points of force damage.
Okay. Edith, you just got
25
healing worded. She's not there.
25 total, Alex.
She's back. I told her.
10 and a 15.
That brings us to Marky.
Alrighty. I rolled the healing from Ray and the 2 healing words. Marky healed 19 points of healing. You guys are really great.
This is how I chew through everybody's channel points.
Yeah. Marky is, it's a bit of a suicidal run, but they'll take the attack of opportunity from the dire troll to position themselves like so.
Are you gonna have to aim again?
No, this is something different. Oh wait, did the troll already take an attack of opportunity from someone?
No, not since its last action.
Okay. Alrighty. Then they will take an attack of opportunity.
Cool. You take. Where's
Well,
my die?
it's assumed it's a hit.
No, I hit you. So we're taking. Where are my d8s? There. We're taking 12 points of piercing damage. Plus 16 points of poison damage, to up to 8.
Perfect. Thank you all for the healing word. That made me survive that.
And now it's
Marky's going to cast Lightning Bolt.
okay, so deck saves.
Yes, dex saves 18.
The big guy has a 19 plus 2 is 21. Little guy has a 12 plus something. Probably not enough. Yeah. So the little guy fails.
Light 'em up.
Alrighty. So that is 8d6. Let's roll this shit. 8d6 is I rolled 51 points of lightning damage, so it'd be half to 25 for the big guy.
51 on 8d6.
Oh, sorry, 80. Oh, fuck, sorry. No, I rolled 88. Well, that's my bad.
I was like,
Yeah, part of it, like, my brain was going.
That's some interesting math.
My
Just
outrageous.
I was like, did you roll 7 6s?
Well, okay, 45 for 86, so half to 22.
The one-headed guy goes down.
Sorry, guys,
Nice.
go ahead. Edith started calling me literally outside. A storm has just hit, so
Alex,
I'm sort
you
of
just got
dealing
healing
with
word.
that. As a bonus action, Whisper is going to get into a flanking position with Briney, and we will cast Shocking Grasp.
Yeah, roll it.
You know, when I got my inspiration back, bless you.
Fuck, what am I rolling? D20s? I'm like so. That's a 18 on the die. For...
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. No, this one is the D8. Which is 15 points of lightning damage.
Okay, that brings us to Ray.
Erupting earth. Put it over here.
Oh, you're out of focus from your camera. You're getting all your background. You look like one of those 70s pictures, you know, the little, like, silhouette, like the,
That's because I have to
the
keep looking
lasers.
up.
Yeah.
Somehow
Okay.
it's playing Sandstorm.
So, I need a dex save of 15.
That is a... What is his bonus to dex? 19.
3d12. 1, 2. Where's the other one? Using actual dice this time. Maybe it'll work.
Yeah.
Saved on it.
22, so 11. 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That whole 20-foot cube is difficult terrain. Starting
Okay.
over here.
No worries. Any bonus actions?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw another rock at it.
A rock.
18.
That'll hit.
About damn time.
Edith, you got healing worded.
9 points.
And Briney... No, Briney got inspired.
Brian
9
got,
points?
yeah, I got my inspiration back.
Yep.
Okay. And now it's the troll's turn. So first, I gotta see if he gets his whirlwind claws back. And he does. Cool. There we go.
So excited about that being the only one in his reach.
He is
Good
gonna...
move.
He's gonna move. He's gonna move to here.
Whisper will take an attack of opportunity. 'cause
Does
they've
Whisper
got a
get
listed
attacks of
attack.
opportunity?
Yes, because I've got a listed attack that isn't like it's got a listed attack.
Cool.
We did this. We did this in 3 Bad Cats.
Okay.
It probably won't hit.
I don't remember things.
Indeed. That is 16.
That just hits.
Okay, cool.
I'm just
That
gonna
is
roll this.
5 points of force damage.
Cool. Can I please have dex saves from Edith, Alex, Brumnur, and Briney?
Which will be within 30 feet.
Want an inspiration
Using
or
Twitch
not?
inspiration.
Oh yeah, do I
I'm
have
gonna
to
use it just in case. 'Cause it's not
Yeah,
bad,
I'm
but
using
it's
my
not
Twitch
great.
inspiration on this
It's not
sucker.
great.
Oh,
That's
that
worse. All right,
was much better.
17.
17
You
does not
because
succeed.
you're in. Actually,
Yeah.
she will get +6. Briney will get +6 to this as she gets a surge
Oh.
of genius. So she for some reason she's the
23.
trajectory of these attacks.
Okay, so 23 means that you take 28 points of slashing damage. Brumnur, what did you get?
31.
You take 28 points of slashing damage. Alex, what did you get?
17.
You take 56 points of slashing damage.
I am unconscious.
You are on 1 hit
I'm
point
on
because
1
you
hit
have
point.
the death ward. Edith, what did you get?
What?
Edith is unconscious.
Goodness.
That brings us to Edith. No, Brumnur.
They moved to
Uh.
there. How did they hit me with a 5-foot gap?
It's got reach.
A 10-foot reach.
Yeah, it's kind of,
That's
is it
fair.
10 feet reach or it's bigger than that?
Actually, yes, it's 10 feet reach. So
oh,
Edith,
then
you
Edith
did
would
not-
not have gotten
you
it.
did not take damage. I'm sorry. Get your hit points back. I misread
Wait.
where you were.
Hang on, wait.
They were.
To me, it looks like he is within 10 feet of Edith.
No, Edith's back
No,
behind.
Edith is 15 feet away. Because you
What?
measure
I need
from his square. So it would be 5 feet.
Alex is
10 feet.
10.
Yeah.
I mean, I can move forward one and then Briney
Oh,
just
no,
an
no,
attack of opportunity.
It was an issue with my roll 20. It had him 1 square forward.
If you want Edith to be unconscious, I can make
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
I have a-
Good lesson, but no.
You don't remember?
So I have a question.
Yep.
I don't know. I just automatically put my hit points down to 0.
So just put them heal back to where you were.
She
I
doesn't
don't know what I
remember.
was.
She doesn't know what she was yet. You had a bunch of Twitch heals and stuff like that. I
Okay,
don't know what
I'm
It was
gonna
in
say
the 20s. I don't remember.
I'm gonna say he did move forward. You're unconscious. Briney, make your attack of opportunity.
That is 15. No, that's a 9. 18.
That'll hit.
Okay,
Maybe this
and
will
that
kill him.
is 8. Can I put a smite into it?
Yeah, you can. I think.
All right,
Yep.
so it's 8 bludgeoning
Mhm.
and 9. Oh wait, I think I'm at 2nd level now. Hang on a second. Yep, I gotta cast it at 2nd level, so that's gonna be another D8. So 9, 16 radiant.
Okay. Now he looks like he should be unconscious, but for some reason he is not.
Okay.
And that brings us to Brumnur.
Brumnur is going to he's going to attack with fire again because that's what he can do. So he's going to take out another bolt and do his thing.
Cool. Make your attack roll. You have Twitch inspiration now.
Thankfully, I don't need it. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh wait, was that? No, yeah, that wasn't. And okay, so let's do damage. So 10 points of regular damage, piercing. And 6 points of fire damage.
He is still up.
All right. So then I'm going to bonus action use my fiery breath once again.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to make a DC. God, I don't know what it was.
He makes a save with a dirty 20.
Okay, so I'll take half of his fire damage. So he'll take half of 14 fire damage, so 7.
He is still up. That's not enough.
Oh god. I don't think. Okay, so I took the attack action. So can I do flurry? No, because I already did bonus action for the fiery breath. Nope, I'm good.
Okay, that brings us to Briney.
Awesome. Is Alex still up?
Alex is still up.
So advantage. Smack him with my hammer.
Yep.
That's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. 14 bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
And 15 radiant.
Mm-hmm.
Spell. And then second hit
Mm-hmm.
is 27 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm out. I'm smites, you guys. That's it.
Okay. That brings us to Edith. Can you make a death saving throw for me, please? So just roll a d20.
Check.
You're aiming for 20.
The 2.
You can use Twitch Inspiration if you have it, which you do.
I do, so I'm gonna use. It's a 7.
Ouch.
So we are
Oh.
one death save down. That brings us to Alex. What are you doing?
Okay, so
It is an action to feed that potion to Edith.
yeah, that's. I was gonna go. I assume that potion's fine.
Yeah, it's in her hand still.
I'm going to take the potion from her hand and go, Edith, I'm sure you're going to be fine with this. Take the top off it and just pour it straight down her throat.
Roll, I think greater healing is 44 plus 4.
Yes, it is.
So Edith, roll 44 plus 4 and you heal that many and you are conscious. Any bonus actions, Alex?
I'm then going to... I'm going to check an item first, see if it's a bonus action or an action. Where's the goddamn inventory?
She rolled 3 ones.
Oh no!
Oh, honey.
Oh!
But she's conscious! And
Conscious.
because she's conscious, she gets the healing word. So you get another 1d4 plus 4.
That's an action. Is this an action? It's also an action. Awesome. I am just gonna Eldritch Blast this guy in the face. Now,
Yeah.
I'm in hand to hand, so do I have disadvantage?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just roll it.
No, you're flanking with me.
Yeah, you're flanking,
yeah,
so...
so to be flat. Modified 20 and 25.
Yeah, both hit.
For 20 points in total of force damage.
Cool. Marky.
Hey. It's unconscious, right? But it's still, like, trying to regenerate?
It is on 0 hit points, but it is still up and moving.
Okay. Marky is going to come up to the ledge here and brace themselves and line up the cannon.
I'm gonna let
'Cause
you
that's
just...
it.
I'm gonna say you've been aiming. Just take your shot.
Perfect. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw as they shoot a line of acid straight where the necks meet.
I'm gonna use my Twitch inspiration.
Sure.
And succeed!
They better to use it on this than an attack roll, right?
So yeah, it's a DC 15, but let me roll my 4d10.
You need to roll at least 20.
Oh yeah, well I just rolled 20 exactly.
Exactly 20, so you had to do 10 fire or acid damage. With the 10 acid damage, it goes down.
Perfect. Marky starts for the next meet and just bisects it with the cannon.
We are out of combat.
Oh,
Oof.
Thank you, Aiden. She's a beauty.
All right, so Edith is back up. Everybody's conscious.
Yo.
Everybody
I'm
I'm
gets
gonna
a
walk over
little,
to
and I can
Alex
do a
and
thing.
just.
I
Yeah,
have
okay,
fucking
there you
8
go.
hit
I'll
points, you guys. 8.
wait. Oof.
Okay, so I'm gonna suggest we just have a little bit of a rest, and then we find out how the hell that got made, because that looks weird.
Yeah, we wanna search all of the things, and
Yes.
Briney's gonna check. Briney's gonna check
Treasure.
on Blue. Within a mile, she's got a connection with him.
Blue's hanging
Makes-
out with goats, just dancing around.
Yeah, me too, but it's not as fun.
Were the goats acting weird during combat?
Nope. They were just being goats, because they're just goats.
Just being goats.
And
Because-
I'm gonna walk up to Briney and just cast Hand of Healing, so you'll get 1d6 plus 4.
Oh, thanks.
I'm gonna say everybody group
Six.
up, and then we'll do mass
Yeah.
cure wounds.
Yes.
We've got the staff of healing.
Oh, cool.
do we
Or-
hear the sound of the boulders, by the way, still rolling
No.
down?
But I will say, so you do all of your healing. You go up there to investigate, and there is a stack of boulders, and it looks like the big guy was just like throwing him. Just throwing him.
Glad he had fun.
All right, we're gonna look for stuff.
Yeah, so let's.
Traps and
I'm gonna say you roll your healing.
hmm
give me investigation rolls. We're gonna go down the line. So everybody roll.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
Stupid dice sitting against the side of the stupid.
Whisper, can Whisper give me advantage?
Sure.
I might use Twitch advantage as well, just to give me better odds. Oh, and that's exactly what I needed.
That's a nice roll.
Okay, so we'll start with Adam. What did you get?
I got a big fat 12.
Okay. So, give me just a second.
And that was with using my Twitch inspiration.
Well done, sir. Well done.
So you're looking around, you mostly find... So it looks like they've been attacking a lot of, like, caravans and stuff.
Right. That's what
that
I
come
figured.
down. You find, like, stacks of rotten food. You find a stack of leather. A lot of it looks rotten, but you manage to pull out, like, 4 good hides.
Great.
And you also find a couple of kegs of a pretty good beer.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yep. Down for it.
Nice.
Who is next? That would be
is next?
Alex.
Oh.
Alex, roll.
I've rolled a 24. Rolled a 16 on the
Ooh.
dice.
Okay. Alex is looking around, and you come across a crate. And you can see that it's kind of cracked open, which is good, because you're a warlock. But you peek inside, and it seems to be full of glass bottles that are got potions in them. You have found a crate of various potions that I will let you know what they are.
Nice.
Edith, what was your investigation?
A dirty 20.
Cool. You're looking around and you find like a chest that has some like statues and some silk and just like a bunch of stuff that you know you can sell for a decent price. And I'll give you like the gold levels in the channel. Not Alex, Marky.
I thank you to Twitch chat for the Twitch inspiration, because I rolled poorly, but then I rolled a natural 20 on the second roll for 30.
So that chest that you saw before, you go and
Yes.
you have to like disable a trap to get to it.
Mhm.
But it looks like that chest was taken from somewhere that had already done its trading, and it is full of coins.
Oh, nice.
Any rough guesstimations with my intelligent brain?
Give me an intelligence roll.
Will do. Well, that's another natural 20 for 26.
There's at least 2,000 gold in that chest.
Holy moly.
Holy shit.
Uh,
Can Marky help everyone else with their investigations by casting Detect Magic?
Maybe, we'll see. Let's let the other people get a chance first. Ray, what did you get on your investigation?
14 with inspiration.
What did you get, sorry?
14.
Yeah, you're going through some stuff, and you find a backpack that looks kind of cool. And Briney.
I also got a 14.
Yeah, you find a stack of gems. Like, it's not a huge stack. It's like if you were to hold both of your hands together. One of them is a jade that is like sparkling, particularly shiny. And Marky will be able to tell you that the backpack is magical and the gemstone is magical.
And Brumnur gets hide.
Laura, one of the things Edith would have been looking out for would specifically be buttons of any kind.
Yeah, so you find, like, there's a couple of chests of, like, clothes. And you find one chest in particular that the cloth has gotten kind of rotten because it's kind of damp down here. But you find, like, a coat that had, like, very fancy buttons that have the sun on them. So they're like,
yeah, buttons.
they're like
perfect.
like a gold button with bits of like topaz that have been pressed into the shape of the sun in them. Very sparkly.
Perfect.
Also, noting that there was a hidden door at the very start of the dungeon. That's what we're calling it, dungeon now. Can Marky also check for any other hidden caches, hidden things that obviously the trolls enough are smart enough to make this hidden door. Like, surely they're smart enough to hide more valuable things.
Yeah, they've been hiding a few things, but they seem to be things that are important to trolls. So you find, like, there's some weapons, but none of them seem to be magical. A lot of them aren't in great, like, condition. You find stacks of fabric and hide that, again, are not doing really great. Give me one last investigation check.
Guidance.
With guidance, let's roll this. That is 17 plus 3 plus, it's a 30 again. It's a 30 this time.
1 second to pull up. You find a club that was, like, hidden up amongst this bed that looks vaguely magical.
Magical club.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's everything. Is there anything
And
else
Adam,
you guys
this is group loot. It's not like I found.
Oh,
this,
I know.
this
I
is
just
my
meant what I.
gems. Okay.
No. I just
Yeah.
meant like I just found
Yeah.
hide, and everybody's like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
look at this sparkly thing," and I'm like, "Great, leather. Let's take it and beer."
Oh, Morwen will be happy. She can find some more books.
Hide
Hey, call 'em the dice.
is pretty valuable.
Yeah, hide is pretty cool.
Good quality hide at least, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, we take all the things and.
Has anyone
Lacey,
here
has
used?
you gotten to say the word to rough recall to get us home before?
I want to make sure before we do that, have a good look around and that there's nothing else alive in here.
There's
Can
just
we go
like
get Blue first?
yeah, there's nothing else down here. You go and get Blue. You're all together, and everybody turns to Ray.
Do you know what the word of recall is?
No.
The
Have you ever
lady's
done
name.
the word of? Have you done it before?
I'm
No,
gonna
I've
make
not.
sure we move away from the goats.
It's the lady's name.
Okay.
Like, we move away from the goats so the goats can't hear us.
Right.
Alex takes this very seriously.
Know the lady's name.
It's the same name as the Harry Potter character Lestrange. If you
Yeah.
remember her.
Okay.
Yeah. She knows that one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Bellatrix. There we go.
As you say it, you
Yeah.
all feel that hug, and you're back in the throne room.